What else? This is still going to be the continuation gap. I was saying because it was right at the level of a liquidity, this should remain as an unfilled gap. Okay, that goes there. If there was that no wick candle, this stop loss was not, like, you would see it never would happen. And right after the unfilled gap, the second gap, usually market completely fills it up. Okay, it goes until the top or even a week goes past it. That happens most of the time. So for that reason, um, what it calls, for that reason I usually add inside of this. But again, because of that 5 minute no wick candle, I was not trusting that unfilled completely, and that's why I didn't add, or I didn't consider doing anything. If you guys heard about this fair value, which is, again, I was saying this was your continuation gap, and no matter what, it should not break this before going for the liquidities. It didn't break. That's a good thing. Next is, because it was taking this low with this candle and then it was creating that fair value, I was expecting it to remain as a bag. It remained as a bag. Then continuation gap traded. Market is still showing some intention to go lower. And based on this OTZ, this is already that 1 to 2. This is the negative 0.15. But yeah, like, we took it at this level. So we are looking, and by the way, we never put our stop loss at that high, so don't worry. Like, we took it here and we put it like here. Okay, and then this is how for the even more, like 2.4. So no issue, because I took 3 contracts over here. $306 or something was my risk. First partial covered almost all my risk and reward. Exited in $150 profit, the other one contract. Then this trade, this one contract got stopped out in $60-70. That's okay, but in my top step I had 2 contracts over there, so took one off over here, left a runner, got stopped out. Continuation didn't trade, so no worries, but you guys could have traded that one. But what I'm saying is, I'm gonna go and not sit for the PM session, but just observe this low. If this is taken, which is the extreme liquidity, it should go for this, because this liquidity is sitting below the hourly. This time the hourly will not be respected. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, and one more thing that you want to observe is, if you can bear the risk, okay, if you can bear the risk, 930 liquidity grab, this is the only market structure shift high, because there is no other swing high that I'm seeing valid for shifting market. Okay, for some people this can be a MSS, but I don't, you guys know, in that case this is a MSS. Then after taking liquidity, this can be MSS. Yeah, it delivered, but by the meantime, here also we had a MSS earlier. So where is your entry? Here, or using this breaker, like this as a breaker? I don't think so. Dealing range, this was the protected low. Once it taken, we are bearish. And then I mentioned that from this high to this low, it will again trade the OTZ, then come lower for that liquidity. And this, like, this is the dealing range, bearish dealing range liquidity. But because it is leaving these relative equal lows, it should go for that liquidity also. That happened. On the other hand, so where is it? Let's just let me just show you from the 1 minute chart. Okay, how many times this occurs. So 6-2 level tapped, dealing runs by side taken after the MSS. Once the bearish dealing runs confirmed, 6-2 level is here, tapped, and then took the liquidity. Along with that, that was the relative equal low. So done. Okay, now this is your new range, by the way, here to here. And you know, if that high is taken, which direction you are looking at and how you are looking at it. That's how you can trade buy long sell short on the same day. Not recommended, but that's pretty much how it happens. That's today. Okay, now yesterday it was the same scenario. Shub already pointed out a few ones. So 930 range. Okay, let's just focus on this one. From this low to this high, market came for the OTZ retracement here. Let me remove this 930 line. So market came to this OTZ, went above, took the liquidity, and along with this high, I had this high as a relative equal high. I made a like I took a loss by framing a sell short using this gap, but this was the actual way of trading that I was missing during that moment. But I was talking about this sell short once market reaches below this low. Why? Because that was your protected low, and this is your liquidity grab market structure shift. So from this high to this new low, this is the dealing range. Okay, and along with this low, you had these equal lows, these relative, like if it can go below that, there is pretty much nothing to stop, so it should go for the other ones also. But always good to take a partial at that 1:2 or below those equal lows. Okay, so it's pretty much overlapping, aligning that area. But again, OTZ after the MSS. Okay, this was the MSS happening here, then went for the OTZ retracement, then the fall. Okay, and then the continuation at the liquidity level. What did I say about this type of gap is if it's remaining as a bag, that's a good idea. See, like body is not closing above the midpoint, but for a bag, at least one tick has to be unfilled. It was unfilled by a small margin. Okay, I don't know how many ticks or handles, but yeah, like 3 ticks, nearly one handle. So it was still unfilled, which is a good sign. Now, once market clears the dealing range, you are again looking for the new dealing range, which is the protected high until whatever low it creates. Protected high until whatever low. OTZ. Now don't think like let's say you took an entry here and you trailed your stop loss here. Like trailed your stop like initial stop loss, maybe your initial stop loss was somewhere here or something, but I wouldn't put until that far. I would maybe maximum put here. So if you are if you took this trade, your stop loss should cover at least the OTZ area and that unfilled, like this gap was supposed to remain unfilled. How? It's the same thing like order block. I was looking at a propulsion here, but since market took it here, this should be the unfilled gap. Okay, like after confirming the propulsion, this candle was like open high. That is good enough for the propulsion tap, and the first gap created was unfilled. Today, it is the similar scenario for this cell also. Okay, which is we are looking at a propulsion here and waiting for an unfilled gap. That was not happening. Market went higher, took that propulsion high, traded that order block one more time. So this is the propulsion. After confirming propulsion, this is where confirmed. Okay, it never violated that high one more time, but it was trading inside of that propulsion 2 times. Finally gave us the unfilled gap. But unfortunately, again, this was a 5-minute opening and with a no wick candle. So I was telling it the whole time that even like observe here also, not a single tick or the body closed inside of that gap. The wick is the damage dealer. And when it was approaching close to that 1 p.m. opening, I was mentioning that if it closes far from this area, our stop loss will be safe. Otherwise, we are messed up. It will hit our stop loss. It hit. Okay. I didn't try to cover it up or something. So I was explaining it before it was happening. That's that part. Now, this is the MSS high. Okay. It doesn't matter how far it is retracing. Yeah. You have seen how it cleared most of the liquidities. If you are not interested in a sell short, because in PM session, usually it will seek liquidity from one side, and if it's expanding, it can give you the opposite move also. If you are done, if you have enough profit from any of those trades, whether that's that buy long or whether that's sell short, partial and break even or in profit stop loss, good enough. Even this inversion entry, like you got stopped out or you closed your trade with before even this candle was happening, and what it calls, and you entered around this area higher. Okay, so it should be already good enough. Like with this move, you should be getting a good enough partials from there. Anyway, um, the thing that is like it's a similar scenario also today. So I was not scared of this initial move or something, but because we have a structure, so I don't know like how far it can go. It can go for this area again. I don't have to do that. I can close it, and if I trust my move, I can re-enter. Okay, that's what I did. However, it is a similar scenario on yesterday's 9:30. Where was it? Should be way higher. Okay, here. So this area, the way I was saying, like order block, I was expecting a propulsion and unfilled wasn't creating, came back this. But what happened was when this candle was already delivering, like after retesting the propulsion, a huge rejection, and this candle created a small open high and started to go lower. Okay. I already anticipated a unfilled gap and I trailed my stop loss above this candle. And then the gap was not formed and I got stopped out on my initial entry. But if I waited for the confirmation, which is the gap, okay, then this would never happen. Or if I draw the OTZ after the MSS, this would never happen. Okay, it happened, but it's okay. Like then we entered from this area. We could enter from here also, but it is what it is. It is the same scenario, which is after liquidity MSS, after trading the fair value gaps, and in this case we had a very small fair value here, but like that's enough for the MSS, by the way. But the thing is, we had a huge inversion over here, overlapping balance price range, however you want to call it. So after the retracement, when it was going lower, it was a good idea. Like if I draw the OTZ, I would not put my stop loss here. I would still keep it there. There is a no wick candle also, but the difference between this no wick and the one I pointed out, where market is currently at, it's pretty much, this is what time? This is 9:47. What candle is the problem candle? 9:45 or 9:50, 9:55, then 10. Those are the problem. Like if those have a no wick candle, because that's a 15-minute no wick candle, 1 minute no wick candle, 5-minute no wick candle. It's like every time frame it's a no wick candle. That's why. But this is a mid. Where did the 5-minute candle started? Here. And this is all like open. This is the low created of the 5-minute, then went higher, traded. This is the 48, 49. This is where the 5-minute candle closed. So if you go to the 5-minute chart, this is a green candle like this with a huge wick on the top like this and a small wick on the bottom like this, like this portion. Okay, this is the wick. And on the upper side, the wick is like from here to here. This is how your 5-minute candle looks. Yesterday 9:45 candle in 5-minute chart. Okay, so that's why this no wick is different than the no wick I just shared today or showed today. Anyway, so the thing is, this was the OTZ retracement, then the delivery after creating the new range, which is like you can start to look for the new range as soon as you start to see the retracement occurring, but it never went for the 50%, never went for the OTZ, because this was supposed to remain unfilled also. And if it goes for the 50%, then it should go above this fair value, the continuation fair value, that breaker area. Okay, so everything is literally above that level. That's why what it did, it extended the range. You keep extending the range, and then this was the OTZ retracement. From the OTZ retracement, it's the same fair value, by the way, but anyway. And we had that Monday 10 AM gap and stuff, so good area, like overlapping PDRs again. From there, a little bit of down, then like lots of hustles and bustles, but eventually it took that liquidity. So now this is the protected high. And before I left yesterday, I was saying if this high is taken, it will take all of them. But that high was never taken. It was literally the new bearish dealing range came to the OTZ again. Yeah, it was dangerously close to the stop loss also, because in this time the OTZ I'm not seeing any good structures inside of OTZ. Even above 50% above this high, I'm not seeing any good structures over here because the fair value, it was already trading it here, it was trading it here. So further higher was not a good idea. But anyway, it also delivered. After that, see, like this is where the liquidity was taken. So once the dealing range, either the buy side or sell side is taken, you are looking for that OTZ thing. Okay, so from this until that low, once the new dealing range is formed, which is from that high to this low, this is your protected high, and this is the new direction of the market. Like same direction, but new target or continuation, whatever you can call it. From here, didn't reach the OTZ, but you can see like that OTZ overlapping close proximate fair value was here, which is also your 2 p.m. first presented gap. Above 50%, that was the gap, because above OTZ there is no other gap, see. So that was the only area it could have reached. Traded that gap, continued, or let's say you didn't get your OTZ entry over there. Okay, you waited, expected, didn't get it because I don't know, like support resistance or whatever we had on the left also. Okay. But it is coming out of a premium end. As soon as it took this low, this high should be the next high you are looking at, and from the low, whatever it created, which is again here, again came back for the 50%, because same thing, overlapping 50, there was a small fair value, how it was trading that, while body is staying inside of a fair value, sorry, while body is staying inside of the fair value gap, but we traded the premium end of that move. Okay. And then same thing, as soon as taken, this high should be protected, keep looking for it. It didn't trade here, I know that, and pretty much like it kept going for the lows in a single move. So I don't know like how far you could have looked for it, but this was that portion, this was that 50%, and this was that OTZ. Today's high is still, that is your today's high. Okay, now if you understood the previous day and read it this way, then you will find the answer of this 6 a.m. high also, which is okay, like it was supposed to be from there, but now once it took that low, which is here, you are looking for a OTZ retracement. That didn't happen, market came further lower, so you are extending your range until the lowest it reached. That is your OTZ. See that 6.2, look at that 6.2, and this is the fall. So this is, once it took that low, again you are doing that same shit over and over again until proven wrong. From this high, you are continuing to look into the OT. So once it take that low, that's when you are looking at a OTZ, or at least 50 above, like this 50% level retrace. Didn't happen, keep extending. Okay, sorry, let me draw it properly and check on more time. Yeah, it still didn't happen, keep extending, keep like extended here. After this low, this is how far it is. So didn't happen 50 or OTZ, keep extending. Here didn't happen, keep extending. So that's the low. Now you have the answer for that high. Okay, if you got it, it's good. If not, still it's good, don't worry. That's the like 6.2 and 7.9 level, and that was the only area from higher time frame also, like higher time frame continuation gap. So let me remove this. Okay, now we cannot take the entry here and put a stop loss there, that's impossible. So for that reason, we have to wait for a new setup on a lower time frame from a higher time frame point of interest, which happened. What is the retracement? Now this is comparing to that stop loss, this is a easier stop loss for us. Okay, so like entering around this area and putting the stop loss there, rather than that, this is a easier stop loss for us. So in that case, we are doing good. And again, this protected high until this low, this is that OTZ retracement, and that 5-minute no wick perfectly rebalanced or recovered, but remember, you cannot trail your stop loss here until the low is taken or the high is taken. So you have to accept the loss or the win. So I'm not interested in a trade anymore, but if you are looking for a trade, this is how it's gonna look. Okay, like this low should be the target, but because I know how it can reach for the 1 to 2, so this is how it's looking. And if it comes until this far, I believe it can take that low also. So, and further destruction can happen. That's that part. But this is again that OTZ retracement and the protected high. So what you can do is, if you are done for today, you can mark the last protected high that you saw. Okay, and the dealing range, like mark the this one buy side, but write it as a protected high, and this is the new dealing range sell side that you were expecting. So when tomorrow you came back, you can start recalculating from here. Okay, so I don't know if your brain actually gave you this idea before or not, but that's how analysis can be done based on the previous day price action or based on where you left the price. So that you don't need to go higher, lower so many times. Okay. So this buy side, how you want to write is it? Like last seen protected high. And actually I don't need that one. Like when you're leaving it, you can last seen protected range high, and the last seen what? Dealing range sell side. If you leave it like this, tomorrow you know like which high market has taken and which low it was supposed to be taken, or how it has taken that high. Okay, so this is the last area of my price reading, or I'm leaving the market when I was inside of this range. Okay, let's say tomorrow I came back and I saw it took all the liquidity, had some retracement, went lower or failed to take the new dealing range low, went higher. So I will start to look how it looks from here. If I see it has taken this, I will be putting this as my protected high and new fib, then find the next protected high, then new fib. That way, where is it broken or is it still respecting? Okay. If it's still respecting the highs and going for the lows, I'm still bearish. If it's broken, I might look for a buy long and looking for the OTZ of the bullish dealing range. That way, if you got the idea. So you got a stop, bro. I was out for a short work. Nice. You got a stop before. Jack, before means I had a no wick candle here. I already explained it. I don't know when you joined back or something, but this was supposed to be the unfilled gap, but because this 5 minute no wick candle I was mentioning, like I don't trust this gap as an unfilled gap, but still I left my stop loss there. Okay, so it stopped me here and then gave me the continuation. That's where the next trade happened until the rest. And about this retracement, after taking the partial here, I trailed the stop loss on this high or something, I forgot, but I was already like, when it was rejecting from here, I told them that close the trade. So I closed it with $150 profit. Okay, so same. So first thing, my first trade I got stopped out. Okay, so waited for the OTZ retracement and the delivery, took the entry, got the profit, like partial, and then got the trailing stop loss somewhere here. Okay. That's one trade by the, this is one trade, this is the second trade. So good profit, then the trailing. Oh, it was supposed to happen higher, but because of that no wick candle and the this range 50%, I trailed it a little lower. Then I said if it's okay, this portion, don't worry about this one. This one was just one. Okay. That one was one micro. That's why I got even confused. Like, how come there are so many entries? So this one I got a stop loss. Okay, took a entry there, got a stopped out here. So it's not a huge stop loss, but it's still, it's like, yeah, not even bad also. No. It's like 17, 27 handle stop loss. All good. With 4 contracts. So that's like less than $250. And then this buy long, partial, and then break even exit. It's like 72 was my entry and one contract left runner exited at what, 9 handle, 9.25 handle profit. So $18, 18 $19 or something. Now here I was one contract entry to test something. First one I was mentioning do not take it. Like this one I was mentioning for all of you, like do not take it. This is for my observation purpose. What I am looking at something specific, so I would love to do that. And even the first one I was mentioning that I don't like that no wick candle area, but still for that observation purpose. So ignore until this TP. Okay, like one small stop loss and then the TP was like this. Okay, with that same one contract. This is not a trade for anyone. This is not a trade for me also. Okay, until this done. One loss, one win. From that OTZ area, I took the sell, took a partial. Then I had 2 contract runner. I exited here, like 3 contract entry at 503.25. One exit at how many? 03, like nearly 63 handle profit. One contract, 2 contract, 40 handle profit. Okay, so market closed, by the way, when this was already started to going, like when this started to go here, I market closed it, so it gave me there, which is 503.25 until 463.75. So that's like nearly 40 handle. Yeah, 63 503, yeah, 40 handle with 2 contracts, so all in profit. Then took this entry, got stopped out here, which is also in profit. 72 sorry, 74.62, that will be like 8 handle in profit. Didn't take this on in the paper trading because I was trading on my top step account, so it was supposed to happen quick. That's why couldn't get or manage the time. But yeah, like that was overall the scenario for today. And for my top step, I literally closed the whole position a tick below that level. So let me check. I took a partial also. Oh no, sorry. Just a sec. Let me share it. It is the same level. All good. Doesn't matter. Like closed a partial and then closed the second position also. That 2 contract. So first contract entry exited here and the 2 contracts here. Like one contract added here, exited partial there as I was saying, and then the 2 contract here. Rest of the 2 contract. Took a partial below those lows and then like equal lows somewhere here, which is that low, this low, below that low here. And then I was willing to hold a runner, but when I saw it's rejecting, I closed the next one. And like it's good profit, so I'm pretty much done for it. I don't really need to. I don't really need to worry much. Worry much. Oh, So what it is doing at the moment, let me just turn off my executions. It looks bad because of the partials and stuff, but it's not bad. It's literally what you saw. I did it in front of you guys, so it's not that bad. Okay, so 1 o'clock opening, it has taken that high. Extended the 1 o'clock high a little bit. In terms of this, like I know like higher time frame MSS is there, but I just want to observe like in terms of this internal liquidity MSS, where are they trading here? 50%. So oh fucking hell, bro. Now I'm feeling pissed off. Remember, like I put my stop loss somewhere here and then I put it bit lower because of the new range 50% was below my stop loss level here. Okay, that 50%. So I got eventually stopped out with this candle. Instead of here, it is the same candle but bit higher. I got stopped out bit lower on my trailing stop loss. It is the fucking same level, bro. I should have actually looked into this because it's also that same thing, like higher time frame, internal liquidity MSS, and that's the bloody 50% tick by tick. Oh, brother, now I'm upset. I could have maybe put it a little higher, third candle, fourth candle, whatever, because of that no weak candle. Damn it. But again, in terms of the dealing range, this is the only MSS, okay? I don't care about this. It can be a short-term structure or something. But because it was a range, it was taking liquid buy side, sell side, I could have literally let go that bloody part. Anyway, now I'm feeling upset. Like all I had to do is put it a little higher than that fair value gap. Just to buy one ticket stopped me. But it's okay, all good. In terms of this trend, that was the OTC retracement. Still, this should be the next move and maybe that also. But you cannot trail your stop loss above this high at least yet. Okay. You can trail like after taking partial, you can even trail it further lower. Okay, because you know this high should be protected. So if your entry happened here, maybe you can put somewhere here also. Oh, by the way, this was that structure, by the way. Indecision, up close, indecision, immediate next candle down close. Yeah, it didn't reach for the rejection block, but you got a, like from the rejection block, you got a fair value gap here. But anyway, observe, okay. Observe the returning points here also, same thing. Indecision, like up close, indecision, down close. Rejection block formed here, okay. After that area, fair value traded fall. After that area, fair value traded fall. Now again, I am not interested to make it a trading. Okay, even if you observe here, okay. Down close doesn't matter. I'm looking at the indecision and the follow-up. Indecision and follow-up. So maybe I will use this body to this high. Okay. Or even if you're using this to this, the rule of rejection block is it should not take the high or like high or low, whatever the thing is. Just like here, what I was trying. Okay. So when this low is taken, and I already I mentioned like I didn't see enough results out of these no weak candles. Right? But when this one done that same scenario, this was that area. Right? And this was that thing. After rejection, there was no fair value, so you can see the first fair value formed here. And I don't care about the fair value entry, by the way. I'm looking at that rejection entry and a quick 1 to 2 type thing, or even more. Like it's a very small stop loss usually, so it delivers way more than um, what you can see, or like just within this small move, it was 3 or 4 hour trade already. if you could find it here. So this will be the stop loss, and this is 2 hour. Okay, and by the time you got your fair value, and I was telling like there is a 15-minute bearish gap here, and it should go for this or this where I took the sell. So even if you target that, it's like this. Yeah, and that can be the add area or confluence, whatever. I don't know. I'm not done with the strategy yet, so let me observe. Don't use it. If you use it, that's up to you. Do not ask me any question. I will kick you out of the Discord group if you ask any question regarding that. Okay, like you took a trade and it didn't work, and bro, why it's not working? If I see anything like that, you will be kicked out of the community. I'm very serious about that because it's under progress. I'm not done with enough data. It's the same bloody scenario here also, which is the follow-up candle is the most important. Okay, follow-up needs to be the same. Same means you are looking at a indecision candle from a OTZ. You are looking for a sell short or something. Follow-up has to be a down close. Okay, regardless of this candle's color, I want to see this candle color is a down close. Highest that I have seen working is both of them same color. Okay, like indecision and the follow up. For example, here it was not a down close, but it has delivered beautifully. Okay, here it was a up close, follow up was a up close, delivered beautifully. Indecision, follow up, rest I don't have to say. Okay, like you can see it went higher there, but you can also see what happened here. Okay, so inversion created, entry given, or whatever. Maybe even that order block level can be the thing. So this is a good delivery for that also. And we are not we are not bearish during that moment, if you remember. So don't worry about that. Then, for example, two indecisions, but follow up was not a green candle. So what happened? Market gave a down close, it went further lower and then went there. But here, indecision, follow up is a green candle. This was the rejection block area. It came dangerously close. Remember, like literally when this move happened, my stop loss I trailed here on like this screen, on the screen I was sharing. I don't care like the midpoint, blah blah blah. As long as the low is not taken, the rejection block is valid, and this was that. Okay. And anyway, it is what it is. If you got the idea, you got the idea. Okay. Indecision, follow up of the down close. See that? Even here also, or here also. Okay, indecision, follow up green, and this was the rejection block area. Okay? And maybe the order block and the stuff you can identify. Like again, it's work in progress, so same thing. Okay? Like the delivery, like after the follow up, how it delivered. After the follow up, how it delivered. Okay? It's not a like, you don't have to trade both direction, by the way. Whichever side you have the higher time frame, you go with that. Right now I have an example. There was the indecision, but follow up was a green. Okay, so I'm not looking at hammer or something. I'm looking for candles with long wick on both sides comparing to the body. That's my indecision. Okay, like wicks are bigger than the bodies. It can be shooting, it can be dozy, it can be hammer, it can be inverse hammer, I don't care. But if the body is smaller comparing to both sides of the wick, for example this, I'm looking at a indecision. So again, indecision, follow up candle of the down close. And so I don't want you guys to trade, okay, this information. If you can, I was actually thinking to discuss it with Rabi, but anyway, because I don't trust anyone, because the day I talk about it, the next day I will see someone else is trading that. Even here also, yeah, just observe. Maybe not a perfect one, but still you got the idea. Like when it is going for a retracement or deeper retracement or reversal, how it is going. This is a 14.25 handle weak on the bottom. and the other week is 2.75 handle, and the body is also 2.75 handle. So higher week same, lower week huge, body is compare, like it's not the perfect example as I was saying, but you can see like what happened with the rest of the move, like after this candle, follow-up candle, and the rest of the move. Same goes at the top, doesn't have anything, but here, okay. So indecision, it's a long week on both side, and then body was a very small one. Follow-up candle, look, it didn't even take this high, and then fall. Same goes with this portion also. Indecision, because week was bigger on the lower and huge on the top. Look at the follow-ups. Okay. For example, indecision, but the follow-up was a down close candle. This is not something good. Okay. Like this is not what you are willing to use in terms of the bullish reversal or something. But you can see there was the indecision. Okay. Like bigger wick on both sides, but a smaller body. And the follow-up was green. Market revisited literally that area or that candle range, and then this is how it looks. Okay. Same indecision, follow-up. It Okay, hear me out. My strategy is not build or set yet. Okay. But what I said is you are looking like this. Okay. This is like 7 handle. It's like 5 or 6 or 3 or 4 or easy. Okay. But it's not done. And maybe a lot of you cannot even trade it this way. Because if there is a scalping rule, which is like you cannot hold, like you cannot take a profit before X amount of time, Y amount of time. Okay. If there is that, like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, because it's a very small stop loss. One candle can be enough for your take profit. I don't know. And it might cost you something. For example, I'm now observing it on higher time frame and lower time frame perspective. Okay. I'm now observing it on a higher time frame and lower time frame. Lower means like I have seen it from higher time frame, so I started looking for it in the lower time frame. 15 minutes, 1 hour, I have seen it, how it works. So I started looking for a lower time frame, and I'm already seeing it around any reversal point or any higher time frame key liquidity areas. Okay, if I'm seeing a structure like this, I will be careful. I will be ready to close my trade as soon as inversion happens, as soon as a huge engulfment occurs. I will try to close my trade or whatever. Like if I'm in a trade, I will be happy to see that it's giving me that in my direction. For example, if I'm in a let's say like I'm in a sell short from here and I'm seeing this. Okay. So up close, then the indecision, because the body was very shit and it's happening from a high time frame point of interest. And let's say I'm in a sell short earlier or from this order blow, whatever, I don't know. Okay. I'm very happy to hold that way. Fuck man. Eventually I have talked about it. This to this. So yeah, even that move is good enough to fuck a lot of people's stop loss. So whoever missed the information, good, because I don't really want to want to explain it to anyone. But yeah, practice it. If you can help me figure out something that I have noticed this, that a time, maybe a time of the day to happen this sort of move. Okay, like I don't know, this was a 702, so like the new hourly opening inside of macro, whatever, like anything. If you guys can help me build it, I will be happy to get the help. Okay. And this is the silver bullet time. So anything, I don't know, like whether it's time, whether it's higher time frame point of, like this is today's new day opening gap also here. Okay, I just marked the open, but gap is like this here. Whatever, like from where it looks good. For example, current price, I'm seeing something like that happening, but let's see like whether it delivers or not. Okay. So indecision follow up, fair value, let's see if it delivers or not. how far I'm expecting, expect like understand that also. Your If you are entering like fair value gap and no wick, at least a tick inside. And if you're entering from that rejection, then your stop loss is here and entry is pretty much that level. Okay. So that's that. But yeah, something like this. Okay. And maybe a 1 to 2. That takes way lower, but anyway, I don't know. Like whatever. Indecision follow-up, I would love to see a little bit more into maybe this fair value gap. The retracement, or this can be also the reversal. Okay, inside of macro happening. So whatever, I don't know. Until that has taken, I'm not bullish. And this is exactly what I was saying. Like this was the internal 50% retracement high that market took. What may happen is market can go lower and then came back, like come back for this OTZ high on more time. Okay, and this can be a new internal OTZ retracement low that yeah. So that's the 50%. This is pretty much your protected low. If it's taken, it's you can look for a Dillington. And like if this low is taken, now I believe this high is already a secure high, a good high. Okay, but until this low is taken, you should not be trailing your stop loss. Like if you are in a trade already for this bearish trends, that part. So yeah, anyway, you are seeing the results. Indecision candle follow up, even gave immediate fair value. Using fair value, if like small scalp, just think guys, this is 24 25 5 handle worth of profit already. So people who are scalpers, okay, and it's not done yet because I didn't get any new in. For example, there was indecision, there was a possibility, but market gave me follow-ups, not a opposite candle. Okay, so happy even more. Okay, and there is this fair value higher time frame, so why not literally taking the profit at this level? Okay, I don't know, but whatever, just bloody, even I shouldn't have talked about it. But you saw like how the delivery may occur. Okay, for the scalping, but don't generate the bloody idea until it's confirmed. After trading a higher time frame point of interest into that fair value gap, it's giving me an indecision candle and a follow-up candle. Whatever that follow-up candle represents, I would love to see it's going towards that direction for a little period of time. Okay, if it's a green candle, I would love to see it's going this direction for a period of time. If it's a down close candle, I would love to see it's going lower for a period of time. I don't know how long, but for a period of time. Okay, that's what it is. So this is your internal low that once taken, you can trail your stop loss above this high or even high time frame point of interest if it's creating anything based on that. And sell side is here, sell side is here, because it's coming out of a OTZ. And my brother joined me after I finished the whole trading, after I finished whole explanation that could have helped him learn better. But it is what it is. What can we do? Okay, so anyway, good night. I have kept my marks. I will start looking from here tomorrow what happened or what didn't happen. 2 p.m. opening. Okay, so you saw what I just said. Okay, follow up and towards that direction first. How far again? I don't know because I haven't done building the strategy, but I'm finding this a very, very amazing thing to have. Indecision follow up. It didn't take the high. Okay, continued there. Same thing. Indecision follow up. So this is the high. Remember, whatever the indecision and the follow up is making. Okay, same thing. Didn't go there. So I don't know. Like I don't like no entry here, but we are already framing on from that move. Okay, so whatever it is, it expanded by how many handles? Just understand. This is another 14, 15 handle. Ah, okay, hear me out, guys. Next time you are getting a payout, or whoever is actually getting the payout, try to save some money, whether it's $50 per payout or $100 per payout. Okay, keep it aside, save it for maybe, let's say, like $1,000. Okay, until you make $1,000 in a separate account or savings. Keep saving every payout, keep putting $50 or $100 aside. Once you have $1,000, go for a personal account, brokerage account, okay, with that $1,000, and trade maybe one micro or something. And if you have, like, let's say this strategy, you found it, you did the work, okay, not me showing you how to find it. You did the work, you understood the concept, you found, like, let's say with your strategy, you added this confluence with the OTZ retracement, with the dealing range, you added this confluence. Okay, so you can start slowly. Okay, for example, like this sale on a daily scale, on a level of daily. When was I saying, like, we are going lower for these liquidities? When market was already inversing fair, like, not even that one. I mentioned when this fair value got broken. Okay, that inversion. If you guys remember or recall that when this one was inverted, I said keep it on your chart. Okay, because if the market is staying below that area for a while, it will be reused. That bearish gap, I mentioned it, that once market takes this low, I want to see it's coming back inside of this bearish gap. So from high to the OTZ, like from this is the bearish dealing range. Okay, what you did, what you are doing, OTZ, this is where the OTZ is. Until this low is taken, it can go wherever it wants to go, except here. Look here, guys, look here. Indecision follow up. What happened? How the rejection block was forming? Follow up. Follow up is here, by the way, because this one, it's a bigger body but a smaller wick on the bottom, okay, comparing to the body. But this one, it's a complete indecision. This one, complete indecision. Follow up, good. Why? Because body is bigger than the wick. You can see, like, I don't have to mark it, but anyway, let me just make sure. 96 handle on the lower side, 117 handle on the upper side, but the body is 172 handle.
Good
So,
morning, folks. How are you? Hope you're doing well.
we are what?
I'm checking X to see
Getting the
if you guys can
follow-ups.
confirm my audio.
After retracing, like, I don't know, wherever you want to enter, you can enter. But if there is something to enter, the stop loss has to be here, and you're looking for whatever, I don't know. This no wick candle is already 1 to 2. Like, think this is a 1 minute candle. Okay, so this no wick is a 1 to 2, or a little bit inside that you can expect market can go that way, whatever. But think this is a 1 minute candle. Okay, after the follow-up candle, this is where you entered, or this
I just
candle
heard
is the
myself,
entry
so
candle,
you
stop
should be
loss at
hearing
the
me
high.
okay.
Within 2 candles,
And
you got your profit. Okay. And
I remind
this,
myself to make sure
anyway,
I
but
don't
the
go
thing that
past
I
an
was saying
hour.
is, if you can
So I have to
identify from higher time frame,
be off your
even
buys.
here also, it never took
What's
that high.
that?
Okay, it
8:55.
created
We'll
equal
call.
high here,
It's a macro time.
but never took it until this
So
delivery. Okay.
anyway, I was
So
sitting here looking at this
anyway, what is the retracement?
micro
Then the sell
E-mini
side
Nasdaq.
taken, new dealing range, but by
I
the
was watching this
meantime,
run
our
here,
internal structure, because
and
it's a very long period of time we are looking at, what do we have is a
I want to see if it can
liquidity
get
graph
down to
market
this level.
structure shift from the high to
24,485
low.
half.
Again, that OTZ area, because above 50, we had
kissed
this, and I was
that fair
mentioning,
value
like,
gap
on the
again
4-hour time frame, we
there,
have
but
everything there.
there's
Okay.
minor sell side
So
here.
until that low is
I watched
taken,
these
we are still
small
bearish.
little minor
So
sell
now
side
we
liquidity
have a
pools,
new high. It's higher than that high, by
and
the
this
way.
level here
And we
is
pretty much have nothing above that on the
consequent
like
encroachment
one
of
more
a
time. Let me actually make sure you
wick.
understood what happened here.
So
above
let's go
50, okay.
through
See,
the
the
whole
fair value was what?
bit
Below
of business
50.
of dollar
So,
index, euro
not
dollar,
premium.
pound dollar,
Above
gold,
50, we
silver,
had that
crude
volume
oil,
imbalance as a PDRA.
ES,
After
Dow,
trading order block,
then we'll look at
inversion fair value gap here. This is the propulsion. So
NASDAQ.
above 50, this was the
More
propulsion.
detail.
It
And I'll
traded
kind of
into
like
that
review some of the
propulsion.
things that we
Or
were
on the
talking about on
left, we
Twitter.
had this consecutive breaker
X.
traded into that. Whatever
Last day
makes
or so.
sense to you, that is what you have to make sense over here.
Just
Like
waiting for
you
my
have to
wife
use.
to
Because
go to
above
bed last
50,
night,
we
by
have
the way.
pretty much that one volume imbalance.
And old
Above
man
that,
ICT fell
this
out.
is the
So
propulsion
she
block. So pretty much we have nothing
she
else
ended up
left.
staying up longer than I did.
Market
And I
went
fell asleep
lower,
and she just
took
let
the
me sleep. So
liquidity.
that's what happened.
Once the dealing
But,
range sell
let's
side
see
is
if this thing
taken,
wants to reach down here and take
now
that
I'm
sell
looking
side
at
and get to that
this
consequent
range.
encouragement. Just
Until
know
that
that I'll
high
show
is
you what this
taken,
level is in a moment.
on a higher
I want to
time
see it
frame, we are
accelerate below
bearish.
here
Okay,
and take that
same
sell side
scenario.
there.
Fair value above 50. Oh no, like from here to here. Yeah, okay. So we had pretty much nothing forming over here. Okay, except
Guys
for
are taking
again the
trades
same
based on what I'm
scenario, which
saying,
is
and I
a
asked you not to
possible
do that.
order block or propulsion because it was taking liquidities. Okay, here. So a possible order block
Do not do that stuff.
inside of your
You don't know if I'm
OTC,
setting
order
you up for
block
something.
entry, a stop loss there until this
Mhm.
low is taken. You cannot trail your stop loss lower, but think, okay, this is a daily. Okay, how many handles you're looking at in terms of, I don't know, in terms of this entry, this
So
inversion
how are you
entry
this morning? You good?
to this. Okay,
You healthy? Everybody
with
well
one
in your
micro
family?
contract, this is
Did you
multiplied
sleep
by
good
2.
last
This
night?
is like 3,000,
Every day above
nearly
ground's a blessing.
$4,000 profit on that leg, and you
I know there's a lot
understand
of folks
how
right
the
now that
dealing
have
range works. Okay,
all the
after
reason in the world to
taking this
have
profit, next one you
grief and
can maybe
complaints.
extend.
My
Okay,
prayers are
like this entry,
going out
you
to
can
them.
extend your
I can't personally do anything to
new,
stop it, and it's unfortunate. But
like you
this
have
world is evil.
4,000 as your balance. And oh, by the way, how
All right, so we
much
got the
risk
sell
was
side
there?
run here,
Mm,
and below this low,
like because I was looking from this
you know,
inversion.
what measure of argument would we use?
416. So that's like with
Well, when you have an actual
$850
low,
risk, you
and then
made
you have confident
$4,000
encouragement. Again,
nearly,
I'll show
close
you what
to
this level is in
4,000.
a moment.
Okay. So
You
now
can
that
do
you have
a good horizon,
$4,000, it is the
which
same
is like
thing.
take
From
that low
here to
here,
here,
draw a
you
fib
are
down to
looking
that
at,
low.
sorry,
You can see it
from
actually hit that there.
this side to this
So
low,
it's probably
OTC
random.
entry,
Yeah, bro, but the move already started up here.
or
It was already
because the
here
order
before it
block
got
of the
there, so
only
that was not
OTC,
really a
I
good
will
call.
start from the low of the order block. Okay.
It's just like
Until
we
that high,
don't trade on
502. So
FOMC.
$1,000 risk with one micro because you have 4,000.
And then
Maybe I
the
don't know,
replies were,
500 is
yeah,
good
and they don't
enough or
trade on
something.
TGIF
And
either.
this is a 1,000 handle, so it's gonna give you $2,000 if you hit the TP.
It's
Okay,
pathetic,
and
but it's so
it will be
funny.
hit. And not just this,
But
because
anyway,
we are
now that you
long-term
saw
bearish
that,
until these
and
liquidities, I believe initial
always
entry can still stay as a runner
crap.
until market goes
It's supposed
here.
to not be
Here.
there. We're
Okay.
supposed to be only doing.
This is
Let
the
me fix
next
this.
bull run
Oh my
area.
goodness, good grief! What am I going to do here?
And even
Hide that
better,
stuff.
if it comes
I don't want anybody
little
thinking I'm
inside
an
and
introducing
trades
broker.
here.
I'm not. I'm not an
But
introducing
this
broker.
low will never
Good
be
grief, I
hit,
almost
even with
exposed
the global
myself.
financial crash. I don't
Embarrassing.
believe
Good
this low
grief.
should be hit ever.
All right, so let's go
on,
to dollar index.
Nasdaq.
All right, and then we're going to go out to a daily chart.
Okay. It's like the Bitcoin 15,000, 14,000. If it goes
And
there,
this is going to look
Bitcoin
a little
will be
mucky.
zero. No one can stop it.
When we get into the other time frames and other
This time,
markets, because
34 to
my
37,000.
annotations were quick and dirty yesterday. I was
That's the low on Bitcoin.
literally trying to rush to get things done. And because I don't really care, because when I'm trading, I take most of that stuff off.
Okay, those are my.
I only highlight whatever it is I want you to
DRT.
see at the time when I'm doing the analysis, what PD array is important at that moment. That's what we're looking for.
4 hour equal low.
So the
Okay, like daily
dollar
that
index
is the
gave
daily
you
candle low, but along with a
weeks
4
ago.
hour equal low. It's like
Told you that
exact
we would
equal.
be
That's why I'm saying
moving
like
higher.
if it can
And
clear
then I
this
told you this
930
particular
low, okay, like this
candlestick here. I
candle.
like
I'm
that.
on a 4 hour chart,
Now
so
I got
don't
questions
get
as to
confused. This
why
is the
did I
lowest
pick that?
930 wrist, or
Like why
that sell
this
short wrist.
and not
If it can
something
clear
like
this
that
low by
high
any
there
chance,
or that high
nothing can
here?
stop it from
You know, something to that effect.
211.5
Well, if you look at
level. And even lower, but that's literally the
all of
obvious
this
area to target.
from
Okay.
high
And then the
down to that,
this is not a gap.
go
I
to the
don't
left.
use
What do you
that
see?
type of gap.
You see any inefficiencies here?
Especially if it's happening.
Not on the
like
daily
Friday.
chart, you don't.
No, it's happening Wednesday,
Okay, you don't see
Thursday,
that.
but still I
But
don't
what
use
do
it.
you
So in
see?
this case, I will look into a
See this
daily
really
structure
prominent
or hourly structure.
discount
I don't have
wick.
any gap
See
over
that?
here. Maybe that
Widen that out a
inversion
little
can
bit.
be a thing. This 4 hour inversion.
You want to grade those.
Here.
What would this act as?
You know,
If
this
price is
market has
below
pushed
it,
higher.
like it was over here,
And how do you know that it may push higher?
you're down here,
There is
it's going to
one,
trade up
then
to
the
it.
follow-up.
So
There
these
is one,
levels here,
then the follow-up. How far
that's that
did it
discount wick that's being graded.
trade it?
So here's consequent encroachment,
This one,
midpoint.
this
And then
one
there
for the
is
lower portion wasn't traded, but that
two
indecision and the
levels,
follow-up. Okay, open low. Right. And then we had a
green
earlier
basically.
one, remember?
This candlestick's open. So look at this price up here, upper left-hand corner.
Anyway, this is like too much. Good night. Fuck. Why am I like this? Oh, it's still not
1,000.537.
taken, but it,
And then you have, I'm going to
I
take
mean,
this
come
little
on. Not looking like it will not, it
red
is
line
going
thing
to
off here,
be
okay? So
left
that blue
behind
line
or
there
something.
comes in at 1,000.527.
Turning bullish.
So it's very, very, very close
Okay. And
to that opening
now
price. So I teach you open, high, low, and close. That's
first
predominantly
this
all you
high,
need.
then that high.
You don't need anything.
That will
You
be
don't
the
need any
target of
other
PM
kind of
session.
gimmicks. Okay, you don't need that.
And then come back and
So we chose that candlesticks
daily opening is here.
open.
So if it takes that high,
And then we saw price go literally right to it.
Let's see. Anyway. Because daily opening is here, that high is here. So if it goes above this daily opening, it will
100.54.
turn into a daily green
So
candle. And if it is a
that's it.
daily
Then
green
we had this little
candle
bit of
of
consolidation.
indecision, which is
I
a
personally
long wick
don't
on the
think that
top, a
we're
small
done
body here,
with the
and a
dollar
long
index
wick
going
on
up
the
higher.
bottom. Because
I don't
high of
have
the
a
day and
target,
low of
to
the
be
day.
honest with
Okay.
you. Like I don't know where it's going to go
Then
because
tomorrow's
of all the
candle gonna
wartime stuff.
decide
I'm just
next
staying with the
Monday,
narrative that
Tuesday,
I think it's going to
Wednesday,
go
what's gonna
firm
like
to higher.
until whatever the time is.
And
Okay.
the only
What's
thing
gonna
I
happen?
would counsel you to do is have
Are you
these
getting
levels
it?
on your chart
What
to
I'm saying?
watch.
Price is fractal.
So
What
that
I just
short-term
shared,
high
what I
here,
just talked about,
and it's
look for
consequent
that same
encroachment.
structure
So
in
midpoint of
15
that,
minutes also. Indecision,
that high.
follow up. Okay.
Problem
Understand, this is a smaller
that we're
body
probably going to be
comparing
met
to the
with
both
unless
side
something
wick.
really kicks off, like
Follow up
something
was
like
this.
thermonuclear, which
When
I've
market was
already told you years
retracing.
ago. If you were a paid mentorship student,
I'm
behind the
not
paywall in
looking
2020,
here
I told
yet. I
everybody
will tell
in
you.
that
And I
that
believe
setting,
by
which
now
I
you
don't
already
host anymore. I don't do
understood,
anything
but
with it
anyway.
anymore. The idea of it as
Then this. Again,
a potential
indecision follow
for a
up.
nuclear
Yeah.
exchange,
This week went a
and
bit higher into
one
that
will
area,
be
but
dropped in that little
understand
place
this
in the Middle
entry
East.
already
That
delivered
everybody's
until
angry
this,
at right
but
now
this
because
entry
that's
already
it's
delivering
biblical.
here
It's
also.
going to
Like
happen.
how much you are actually looking
38,
for, and
39
this
of
is
Ezekiel. You
the
might
low
want
of
to
the
read
day
that
for
because
that
that's what
moment
the
that
headlines
market
are going to be
just
talking
took.
about soon.
So you need to
But
give it some
this engagement
respect
here
also. Okay, you cannot just
between
forever holding.
this
This was
volume
the
and
low
balance
of the
low,
day. This
that
was the high of the
candlestick's
day for
low
that
there,
moment being.
you can see they
Here
already
also.
used
See?
that with this.
Indecision,
So
follow
that
up,
it's
went
pretty
higher.
much what we're
Yeah, before going
fighting
higher,
against.
this is where you are getting entry while it was taking this, but you have those
that
structures
right
here also.
there.
Similarly, anyway,
We'll just
here is the
extend that
indecision
over
follow up,
to the right.
traded back into the range, same thing, never did this, and the common thing for
So
this
once we get into this
leg
area
or
here,
this bearish leg
it may
out,
get a
there
little
was a
choppy,
high
little
time frame fair value
lethargic
gap,
and
which
trying to get
is
above
also
that.
hourly gap here.
So just be mindful of that. So that's what I'm saying. I don't have a hard target except for every day I'm going to watch and see if it continuously goes higher.
Never went above that.
These environments that we're in right now, these are all learning experiences for me because they are
something. It's a huge week,
fraught with
and
a lot
still
of
market didn't take that low. But
curveballs,
what you
a
can
lot of
see is
heavy manipulation, a lot of time distortion. There's a lot of things that are going on
if
right
you
now,
get
and that's
your
not them
entry on
changing
that
the algorithm. That's just
rejection
simply
block
them
area, usually
being in there with their own
lowest down
hand,
close until
you know,
the lowest
tinkering
body.
with it, manipulating it. And
Okay.
I think
And
when
you
we get
can
into the month of
put your
May,
stop loss around this
when
level, whatever,
Trump's
like wherever you want to
handpicked
put.
Fed chair
This
gets in
was
there,
one to
I
two.
think
Okay.
we're probably going to see some
I'm just
loosening up of the
not
marketplace.
putting it at the low
It'll
because it's
loosen
a
up,
huge
I think,
long
before
week
it gets
candle.
there.
Okay. Even the 50%,
But I think once we get into May, it'll really, you'll see a difference.
It's
Let's
not
put it that way.
traded,
You can
but,
definitely see a difference in what the market's doing because they got their good old boy in there. And I'll just say it like that, okay?
So,
and then
yeah, and it's a bigger consolidation
this
depending
volume
on where
imbalance
the
in
market
here.
is going.
We traded down into
Just
that. I
observe.
talked about this as
One
an
bearish
immediate
gap
rebalance
was
that day.
getting
And
traded.
then, wouldn't you
Here
know
it
it
was
went right up there,
it was broken
hit our
by a
target,
tick or
and then
two.
we pulled back and
Okay,
consolidated.
the next one.
So
this is the whole New York
when we
AM
traded
and
down
PM
here like
session
this,
so far.
by it getting
Traded,
very close to this volume
respected,
imbalance,
then
but not getting into it,
broken, buy
I'm
one
gonna
candle, but the
contribute
follow up again, indecision follow up, that candle
that to or
deliver, next
associate
candle
that to
expanded like this. Now after trading
underlying
into
strength.
that rejection block that
So
never
unless
got
we get
broken or
down
something,
below this
whatever,
volume
I don't know,
imbalance
after trading into
and go
this
below
hourly
and come back
bullish
up,
gap or the
if
15
it
minute
did that,
breakaway
then I would
gap over
expect it to
here,
be
market
inversion
is again trying
and
to
then run
push
for the
higher.
liquidity here.
And
But
because
as long
this
as we're
gap was
above
once
this
broken and market
volume
came lower,
imbalance,
took this
I'm
liquidities,
expecting it to go
again
higher
broke.
or at least stay
This
firm
is an
and
inversion no
consolidate
matter
without
what.
going
Okay.
lower. So gun to my head, I'm
Whether it
explaining to you
delivers or
that
not,
I
I
am
don't care,
not
but
bearish
this is
on
the
dollar
inversion.
index. So that means
Because
I'm
fake can happen
expecting
once, not twice, and
lower
we had
prices on
reason
euro,
over here. And
lower
see,
prices on pound
eventually it
dollar.
closed
Okay.
above that
So
new week opening
that should
gap
be
low,
enough discussion for
which I
dollar
was
index and
telling
forex
over
rates.
and over, like
So let's go
even
over
in
to
1
euro.
minute after this entry, I don't want to see it's closing
Right,
back
so
above.
here's the euro
Why
dollar.
you think like I was marking this inversion and taking trade over here for this?
Don't worry, I'm going to tell you what that consequent encroachment level is on.
But anyway, and this is the first
Q.
time it closed. Your
You left and never told me
protected
what that
high is
level
still
was.
not taken, but this time I don't believe it will be. It will be protected
So
anymore.
there's a sell side liquidity pool there that's yet to be
The
traded to. I
condom
told you about
is
this
going
one
to be
first, and then if
violated.
it gets below that and gets animated, we would look for that one. And
today I brought 2
we had
cups
this
of tea. Okay.
fair value gap here. I mentioned the last time we
First
talked
cup
about
of
it,
tea.
and then we traded up into it. Notice the bodies.
At the corner of the
See that?
table, like when I
Let
was
me-
sitting
Let me
in
build
my
this
desk,
up a little bit so you can see
hit
it.
it with my elbow all over the floor, cleared
I
the
wish there was an
floor,
easier way to do
ran
what I'm doing
outside
here.
because the shop was about
I like
to
to be able
close,
to zoom in a little bit better.
got
But,
another cup of tea.
Here comes
I
20
was
different
having it
emails. ICT, I saw
while
your live stream. This is the
trading
tip.
and
Did you
talking
want
with you guys.
Just send it to me on X.
Then
Everybody will benefit from it
It
too.
became cold, so I
All right,
just
so we
took the
have
lid off,
the
thought
low
to
of this
put it in
candlestick
the
to that
microwave for
candlestick's
30
high.
seconds or so.
Now, if you look
to
at this
make it a
candlestick
little
right
hot,
here, look at its
and
close.
didn't put because of the
It's
trade and entry and
1.15,
explanation, blah
119.
blah.
So
And a fly just somehow there was
this
a
open
small fly.
is the same price on this candlestick here.
2 cups
So
of
close
tea,
of this
couldn't finish
candlestick
any of
and
one
open,
of
so there
those,
is no
and
volume
it's more
imbalance. So
than
that's
half
why we're
left
using
on
that
the second
wick
cup.
high,
First cup
that
complete.
wick low. Now I'm
West,
measuring
second
this.
cup more than half.
Here comes your chance to see the
Today's
fibs.
PDRAs.
There's your settings.
Job,
These are the octants and the
how many you
quadrant
took,
levels.
bro?
Okay. See where the bodies are?
How many of them you took?
Below consequent encroachment of that wick. That to me
Don't tell me
indicates
all of
that
them.
we have a high probability of
Only one?
continuation to
Oh,
the
okay,
downside.
okay.
It didn't
And
close
which one
that
was
gap
that,
in.
by the way?
Okay.
Only one? Which
We're
one?
not Chris Laurie around here.
Yeah, amazing.
We want to
bro.
see the gap stay
Amazing.
open.
But which one you
Trades
took?
lower. There is sell side liquidity resting here. And then we have another pool of liquidity resting right here. So watching this wick here today, watch this wick because we were below it here at open. We traded up, traded right into this wick. We want to see this.
No.
In an ideal world, perfect scenario, we don't want to see the body laid above that.
That
Can
last
it do
sale,
what
I
it did here?
wouldn't.
Trade above it? Sure, absolutely. That's permissible. But we don't want to see the body
Anyway, no, it's okay.
be left above
All
that.
good.
Because if it does that, then it
Like, I wouldn't
weakens
frame, but
the strength signature
if
that it
you are
gave by not
feeling
having
like
the bodies
framing it, it's okay.
at or above consequent encroachment of this wick. That's real order
Because
flow.
of the
Okay, that's how you can see it visually.
liquidities
You
it
can
had,
see
it
what they're
cleared,
doing.
and
These are
then PM,
footprints.
it happened
You want to
right
talk about footprints,
when the
and you
PM
want level
session was
2,
about
you want
to
to go inside
start,
the
so
candlestick and look at how many people bought
that's a-
here or sold there. None of that stuff is
that's a
valuable
bit
because it's already
problem.
happened.
Okay, because
It's already
usually
happened.
you want to
That
see it's
number of
taking
buying
some
and
buy
selling
side
has absolutely no bearing.
before,
Zero.
like right when the session is
You're going
starting,
to argue
it's taking buy
semantics.
side for sell
How is
side
that any more
delivery, but
beneficial than me looking
it
at
was
a level like
taking
this
sell
where this
side
has
for
already
buy side
happened?
delivery.
But I can see it visually. I don't have to have
However,
any
it's
complication
okay.
of
It's
determining what range of price action, where do I put my volume profile, where do I anchor to, where do I begin, where do I do? Everybody's got a different.
And
look at
that's
volume
a
profile.
good
Everybody's got a
habit,
different
by
spin
the
on
way.
it.
It's really good.
Everybody has their own interpretation
Haven't
of it.
seen Shiba today. I know.
So which one are you
what
going to
happened,
use?
But it's okay.
The person that's going to sell you the course right now that said they just made this much money or that much money.
I told him to call
Come out
me
here
on
in price
Sunday.
action and call it every single day.
Let's see. Like,
Don't say anything more. Just this is what I'm doing. This is the rules I'm using. I'm looking for this, and then do it. I have never seen a conglomerate of users of volume profile agree on how they do it. Now, in my book, I've decided to add a chapter on how you can use that stuff correctly. I don't use it, but I'll help you decode when to use it the right way. And you don't have to thank me either. So we're looking for lower prices if the body
So,
stays below this. Okay. It's already done enough here. And now we want to see it explore and work towards this level of minor sell side liquidity pool. Okay. And let's zoom out
made
again.
a mistake by locking the account. I
And
needed
we'll
to
look
make
it's a little too much, Michael. Settle down.
maybe 200 more.
All right, so there's that
It's
pool of
okay.
liquidity
All
there.
good.
Okay, so it wouldn't
Get
take much.
back
It
tomorrow.
literally could happen, before the close of this week. I mean,
All
it's
good.
so
Good
much
night,
happening, so much volatility.
guys. Good night.
It could use this whole day here and then snap down there, and then there it is. It's done it. I'm not saying that that's all there is in the cookie jar for it. I think if we get below that, we might see a little bit of exploration lower. To what degree, I don't know, but I would compare it and contrast it with the momentum that would be seen in pound dollar.
For myself for the copy.
All right, so let's go over to that.
Two of the accounts out of
GBP, USD, or as we commonly refer to it as cable. All right, so I gave you this buy side balance, sell side efficiency, and I mentioned how I felt that over time we would graduate down to this sell side liquidity pool. That's what I'd like to see it, because it kind of looks like what? It kind of looks like a market maker sell model, right? But we are met with that point where if you studied my mentorship content, there is a playlist for 2016 private mentorship and 2017 private mentorship. That is the actual first year of mentorship. It bridged from September of 2016 into August of 2017.
Today, but I
and
didn't get it because of
that was a full mentorship year. That was the very first year. It was the first year out doing it. And that content was the same content I was teaching every time a new group of people came in. And people were always emailing me all the time, can I be a part of your mentorship? No. Okay. I don't do anything with that private group. I left the community to them. They're all having their conversations amongst themselves. They'll tell you the truth. I don't go in there. I don't teach anything new because it was exploited. It was leaked. It was repackaged. It was sold. So that's why I came out here publicly, and everything I'm teaching is for free. So please stop asking for paid mentorship because I don't do that.
Of course, training
but if you learned those lessons and lectures that are on my YouTube channel, you know that a market maker sell model can become where it retraces back down and stop. And it may not go down, but this is where I may be wrong, is what I'm saying. The original consolidation, which is this, that's the sell side. That's what I'm mapping out and saying, I think and I believe that that's where we're likely to go. It's going to take a little bit of time to get there, but I think that's ultimately where we're going to go. As long as the dollar's firm, that means it doesn't drop or goes higher. Now, the dollar index can consolidate, and this can still drop to trade down there. Okay, so that's why I said earlier when we were talking about dollar index that I believe that it's going to stay firm to higher.
12-hour
and that's what I meant by firm. Firm means it's just going to stave off or refuse to drop with any measure of significance. And then that frees up the foreign currencies to extrapolate to the downside against that firm or consolidated dollar. So that liquidity is here. But let's say I'm wrong, okay? It could stop trading here, and Cape could say, I'm not going to go any lower.
I don't know.
And that's why I have this level here, because it can't get below this and then treat this as inversion fair value gap. While I'm still expecting it to go lower personally, but that's my commentary. That's not a trade advice. That's not. It's not a suggestion for you to get short pound dollar. It's just me giving you my interpretation of this particular currency pair. I believe it's likely to go lower. So therefore, what am I going to use to frame that? Well, it's got to get below this buy side and balance sell side efficiency. If it's bearish and it's going to draw to this level, as my opinion,
for the Muslims,
then it would be ideal for it to get below it, trade below it.
Friday and the last
and I
day
don't
of
have
the
a
Ramadan.
freehand drawing thing, so we'll just do it crudely.
The problem is,
let's say it does something like this. It goes
down. There are two separate communities. One is making Eid tomorrow, one is making Eid day after tomorrow. Okay, so it doesn't matter when I make the Eid, but if I'm fasting on the 30th Ramadan,
not straight like that, obviously, but overall, that's the kind of idea.
Like
I'm
on a
looking
Eid day,
okay?
For example,
if it comes back out of the low of this here on the bodies, and it has some closes below it,
it's like
that validates this as a potential inversion fair value gap. Then the next point is it has to be given permission
tomorrow, but
after
the
to get up
festival,
into this and try to touch the midpoint.
I can
if it wicks
like
there
try
and then
to
the body's
fast one
closed
day
below that
just to
midpoint,
cover it up
that's
that
validation,
way.
that's confirmation.
But
And
again,
then
I'm not
when and if it ever
interested
trades back
in
out below the
fasting
low again, the very first fair value
tomorrow
gap or touch
on
of that
the
is a
Eid day or
wonderful
something.
little entry
In
mechanism
case
for you
the
to get in your
first
demo
community
short.
is right about the
Demo
Eid when
short
the
paper
other
short.
community is wrong.
Okay,
Okay,
it's not a
then
trade
that's
device.
okay.
It's not for me
This
to
is the problem
sit up here and try
every
to
year
tell you
in
when to get in
Australia.
with your real
We
money.
cannot do
Okay, I'm just
anything
telling you
about
that's
it.
how
But
my
that's how
inversion
I
fair value
try
gap
to
works.
avoid the
Because we've already done the work of being up in here,
thing to happen in
and if
my
we
life.
leave it by going to the low
So
and
yeah,
close below that, that turns this buy side and balance, sell side efficiency into a inversion fair value gap. So that means in an ideal world, we want to see price stay out of.
and the issue is today it was raining badly outside at evening time. So the moon sighting was pretty impossible for us. It's like a cloudy sky. We cannot see the
of this buy side and balance,
moon
sell side
of the
efficiency
Eid
or
day.
anything
Okay,
above that
like
midpoint.
usually the Eid moon is
Okay,
different.
so that's why it's
looks like
superior
a,
to supply and demand. That's why it's
I don't know,
superior
half
to support
circle
and
or
resistance. That's
something.
why it's superior to everything, because there's a very specific rule-based idea that we're
So
waiting for.
couldn't
Just simply because I draw a rectangle
see
on
the
here
moon. So
and I
since
color
there
it
is no
orange
moon
doesn't
sighting,
mean that it's going to
cannot
go
say
straight down
tomorrow
from
is the
there.
Eid. On
There's
the other
things that
hand,
have to happen. I
since
just
one
tweeted
group is
about a goober I saw.
celebrating it tomorrow, I don't want to fast on a Eid day.
It's like,
So yeah,
if you're going
is
to
what
talk
it is.
about me or my
50-50
concepts,
So
first learn them.
I'm
Okay,
going
because if you
with
don't know what
the
you're talking about and you come out here and you
one
say
that
something
makes
silly and
sense
you
to
think
me.
you're taking a shot,
It's
towards me, that's not a shot. You're tickling my ass with a
hard
feather,
to
because there ain't no way that stuff
live
is
in
hurting me. It's
abroad,
not
okay,
hurtful.
in a non-Muslim
Nobody in my
country.
community
In
sees
Muslim
that
country,
as
you
a
don't have
valid
that
argument
issue,
because it
because
just proves that you
everyone
have
will
no idea
start
what you're talking
fasting the
about.
same day.
But it
Everyone
is
will start
comical and it's fun, it's entertaining. Please don't
celebrating
stop.
the Eid on the same day.
So that's the business
Even
we're looking
Australian
for
government said,
pound,
like,
dollar, or
you
cable.
guys
I
decide
just did
which
Fiverr,
day
which is
is your
Euro
Eid
USD.
day.
We did dollar index. So let
Okay,
me make sure I
because
can
if you
check
have
where we're going
decided
here.
one day, we
Bitcoin. Let me
can
just toss it in because I wasn't going to do it, but
make that like
I want
a
to show you what I did
Australian
wrong here.
public holiday or something.
What do you say? Yeah, put it on
Because
your
of
calendar. Put it on your calendar. Today is
community and
March
because of the
19th
number
of
of Muslims
2026.
there are in
ICT
Australia.
called something incorrect about
And then
Bitcoin.
it's not possible
What?
because it
Yeah,
depends
how
on
about it?
solely
So
the
anyway,
moon
what I did
sighting,
was I
whether
originally
it will
had
be
this
30
here,
days of fasting or
and I was
whether
saying
it will
how I
be
felt like that was
29 days of
enough
fasting. No
to
one
then
can
send this lower,
confirm it
and
beforehand.
then
So
they pumped it one more
we
time
never
above
got our day off
this high here.
unless it's
So
a day
I
off
think
by
what I was looking
default.
for back here at that high there, I
Yeah.
think this is a much
Anyway,
better
soon it's gonna be
interpretation of
over
that
soon,
same
so
idea.
let's see.
Okay, so I'm still expecting Bitcoin
I'm
to give up
actually
the
worried
ghost and go
about that
lower.
bloody work market. I didn't like it
There's the
from day
sell side,
one, but
and there's my target.
since they have
That's what
done,
I'm
like
looking
they
for.
have
Now, obviously,
provided
if
the
this thing starts
payout
to
3 times,
really
I
sell
believe the
off
fourth one will
and go
be
after that
provided,
guy
but I
Sailor's
don't know what's the issue with the account
broadly
that
mentioned
I'm facing.
threshold
So
for
I'm
which he
gonna
can
watch
weather
tomorrow.
a
If
storm
it's
going
not
lower,
provided,
which
like
was
if the
absolutely
money is
stupid in
not
my
in my
opinion,
account, I
because
have
now
to
you just put a
contact the
big old
support
bullseye
and
on
let's
that.
see what
Okay,
happens.
you're basically daring them. Take all my money, bro.
But yeah, this is the hassle I wanted
Okay.
to avoid. That's
So
why
anyway,
mostly I was doing with
the liquidity there, and then we have this.
what is
Let me
it?
scrub over here and show you
My funded
that pool
future
of
top
liquidity
step and Blue
there.
Guardian, like
So there's
rise
sell
up.
side there.
Because
So this is
rise
minor sell
immediate.
side.
It's like my funded
This is
future
much more
clicked,
prominent sell
rise
side.
received the money. On
Now,
rise,
whenever
I
we have
clicked
two of them
withdraw,
like that,
my bank received the
okay,
money. It
here's
was
where
like
you
that.
can do my event
That
horizon.
process. And this one, from day one, it was
You go
taking
to the low,
6-7 hours to deliver, and
to the
today
other
it's
low, right there.
not delivered
That
at all.
midpoint, that's event horizon. Okay.
So let's see
Now,
if it
depending upon how
arrives
astute you
tomorrow
are
or not.
with reading price action and trading and your level of conviction and what you
So
believe
good night, guys.
price may or may not
Enjoy
do.
the rest of the day. Be careful. If you
You
have
can use it
enough
for an entry
profit,
technique. You
maybe
can use
call
it
it a
for a
day.
partial, which
And
is
I
many times what
hope
I do.
you had enough
For
profit,
instance, because I
because
believe it's going to ultimately go down here and
we are
lower.
doing really good
So
today. It was
therefore,
not
if
bad,
and I'm
whether
not,
it was
let
the
me
partial
preface
and
it
the
by saying I
break-even,
have
or
never traded
whether it was
Bitcoin.
the
I've never
full
traded
DP for
crypto,
some of you.
but a lot of my students do. And I
we're
have
doing really
millionaire
good.
students that actually made lots and lots of money doing it, not
Is it
because I
actually
helped
good
them
for
do
you guys?
anything.
I don't
They
know.
just learned the
Like, tell
concepts and
me,
they applied it, and that's their
how was it?
results.
Whoever
I
is
never
here.
say that crypto results
Was it
are
good?
a
Green?
good measurement or a benchmark, because I personally never traded in them. And I hope that the community can take that
Okay,
measure of
very
honesty,
good.
because I'd never had an interest in trading it,
Amazing.
and I
Because
still don't.
I would love to
Like I don't ever
see
want to
you
trade this
guys,
stuff. But when I get a
completing
barrage
challenges,
of
getting
emails
payouts,
and
How can
so many
it give
comment
me advantage?
section
Oh man,
requests of all my videos. They'll say, "Can you
thanks
please
for
talk about
that
Bitcoin? Can you
compliment.
tell us
But
what you think is going to
yeah,
happen in Bitcoin?"
even I make mistakes,
I,
silly
I do it
mistakes. But
every
today
once
I
in a while,
didn't make a whole lot
and
of silly mistakes,
for the most
except
part,
for
it's
one over
very
here. When I
intermediate
was
term
telling you guys
analysis.
that
So
it
I don't want to
can
go in there and do like intraday stuff,
cause some
smaller
issue
1
to
minute.
put
So
the stop loss
I don't
here,
consider
still I
anything like
let
that
it
any
there.
interest. So it's just I do it.
But
You're
yeah,
all going to
it's
want me to
okay.
do it
Like it
more,
was
and
in profit
I
that
don't want to talk about this market.
closed me, and
Okay, I don't
then
because it's silly. I
re-entered
don't
from
think
here
it's
and pretty
I
much
don't even think it's
closed
real money.
everything around this
But
leg. So
you're
from
about to
here
find
to
out
here,
it's
it
going to happen. But this,
literally gave the rest
if
of
it
the thing.
accelerates and
But
takes
it's
out that
okay.
low, and say for the sake
And
of discussion,
this is
let's
why I
say
said, okay,
ICT
until
was
that high is
hypothetically
taken,
short Bitcoin.
I don't
I
care
am
how
not in
bullish it
Bitcoin. I've
looks.
never traded it at all, ever. I've never had it. I wouldn't even know who to begin going back before they put it on a futures contract. I wouldn't even know where to start to trade it if I wanted to
But
back then, and
observe
still don't
that
today.
part also if
I
you
wouldn't touch
can,
it. I
which
wouldn't
is
trade it. And
the
that's just my opinion.
indecision follow-up.
You may do whatever you want to do with it and make all kinds of money.
And
And if you
don't
did, wonderful,
trade
praise
it,
God for it.
please, because
I'm personally saying to
until
you
the
that if I
total
was hypothetically
strategy is
short,
fully formed, and
the
this
way
is
I would
not
use these
coming
levels
from ICP,
would
that's
be
for sure.
I would, if I had
1000% my own
room or
observation.
leverage
Okay,
enough,
I never saw
position
it
size enough,
in
I would
any other
take something
place
off
also.
right below
It's
that
just
low
me
because I could be
observing the
wrong.
chart from
I
higher
could
to
be wrong.
lower and
I mean, I was wrong
over
about
and
that.
over and over again.
And if I was short, that would have stopped me out.
So the day I
There's
first
no pain in me
noticed
saying that kind of
multiple
stuff, folks. I don't know why
structures
you
like
guys
that,
pretend
that
like I'm
was the
out here
day
trying
I
to pretend
started
to be right
literally
100%
looking
of the
into
time.
all the
Sometimes I do get it wrong.
possible time frames.
And
Okay,
in
like
this
literally
particular
extended my
asset group,
entire monitor, like
I have seen it
32,
fail in my own interpretations
27
many times on an
together,
intraday basis.
and
So if I can't
put
get a good
all
read
the
on
chart
intraday,
together to
back
see
when I
how
was
the
looking at it, I'm
swing
not
points
interested.
are looking on
Like I'm not
different
interested at all
places
because
at
it doesn't
different
carry all the
time
signatures
frames.
I'm
Okay,
looking
so
for. Now you
that's
might
how I
come and
do
say,
it
"Look at this
actually
ICT.
when
Please
I
don't send me
seek
your
for
charts."
the
I'm not going to read them.
for
I have so many
something
people get mad at
specific
me all
that
the
I'm
time
looking for.
saying,
I
"Hey,
just
look,
try
I
to
sent you 15
split,
emails and you don't
like
respond."
join all the
I don't have
monitor
time.
together
I really don't.
as
I
a
don't have
one
time to get to
screen
everybody that sends me
instead of
stuff.
splitting it
So
or separately screening it,
that would be an
and
area where you
then
can take
side
a
by side,
partial.
like
Then you
1
definitely want to
minute,
take something
5
here.
minute,
And
15
then
minute,
because
then
this level
other
is
monitor goes
midpoint
like
between
1 hour,
that pool of liquidity
4
and
hour
that larger pool of
daily,
liquidity that I outlined,
whatever, like
this
how
would be a
far I can make it
wonderful
easily
place
visible.
to
That's it.
take a portion of your trade-off.
Usually
Now,
five different
let's
time
say,
frames:
for
1,
instance,
5, 15,
because
1
this has
hour,
been
4
in
hour.
a protracted run lower for months.
Because if I'm seeing already in
If you go
this
back
many
here,
windows, I don't really need
look at
to
this
see how
shameless
it looks on daily
display.
and weekly. It looks the
Here's why
same.
I'm saying it's going to
Let me see.
go
For the first time, weekly.
below 100,000. Just be careful, okay?
What can you
And
see?
we went lower,
Or what can you see?
and some
Okay.
guys were coming at me when I posted that.
What
Oh, it's
can
probably
you
going to go
see?
down
Like
to
long
99,
week,
then it's going to go up
both
to
side,
150.
comparing to
Okay.
that indecision. Then
It didn't do that.
follow-up candle.
And that's
Then
why I'm
what is the
saying I
direction?
only
Okay. Even
post
here
commentary
also.
about this asset
Long
class
week,
because I don't want people getting hurt.
follow-up.
It's
Yeah,
mania in this
maybe
stuff
it
still.
could have happened from here as
And whenever
the
there's mania,
higher
just
time
like
frame
silver, we're going to
rejection
get to that
block or
next.
order block area, but whatever. Like
It can hurt you.
eventually that
Okay,
is the
when
direction
emotions
it
are
captured.
high, they know that you're
Long
not
week
going to think
follow-up
clearly.
was
They know that you're going to
bearish,
over leverage. They know you're going
continued
to
bearish.
overtrade.
Okay,
They know if
took
you get
that
burned
low.
on a small little
Then
losing
this was
trade,
the
you're going to try to get
indecision
it back.
follow-up.
And that's how they'll get you.
Went higher. Okay. Long week indecision, yeah, retraced into fair
Well,
value
here,
gap. We know, like
we've been
what I'm
moving
saying. I'm
significantly
still
lower
building
for
the
months
strategy. So
since last fall.
observe that, and then the follow-ups. Okay, like then the move, actual
So there's
move.
your high,
It happens.
and this is
Yeah,
where we're at
more or
now.
less we
And
have
yes,
to
we're at the low
be
portion of
careful
that
about
range
that
from
part, like
here
long week
to
follow-up,
here.
then this
So
indecision follow-up,
we're long in the
indecision
tooth, if
follow-up.
you will,
Okay,
meaning that we're
indecision
part of
follow-up.
a
I
run
have
that's
already
been
talked about
really
that.
well
Who was taking
established lower.
indecision follow-up
So
continued.
because of that, it
Those
would be
parts, okay, and
good to
indecision
take
follow-up
something below this
continues.
low,
Okay.
something below this
Even
low,
here also indecision
and
follow-up continues. That high was
whatever
not
your
taken
position
before that
size
fall,
is,
by the way. And
take
that was
about
the
25% of the remaining
previous
portion off
old
when you're at
all-time high
event horizon, something
from
like
where
that.
the
That's how I
big
would do it.
bearish
I'm not in
structure
it.
started.
I'm not saying you should do that,
And
but I'm
whatever
answering
the structure
questions
was
because
here
they're always
in
posed to
terms
me.
of the
And then I would let
daily
the
and
runner
weekly,
reach for the rest. Because what that
anything?
does is it frees up this portion from this midpoint between these two lows. In case you came into the stream late,
Very simple.
I'm measuring that low,
Observe.
that sell side liquidity pool,
Sell side
and this
taken, buy
low,
side
which is
taken.
below
From
that,
this low
is
to
sell
this
side.
side.
So whenever there's
Dealing runs.
targets that are
From here to here,
converging
this is the
below
50%,
price action,
this is the fair
if I'm
value I was
bearish,
saying. But
I'm
here
going to look
is a
for
fair value overlapping
where
breaker
I would
and
stage
it's a
my
huge range.
exits.
So
there's got to be an
that
extraction
can
point.
be the area of
And
reversal,
at what
but
degree,
this
how
is
much
how
am I
far
going to take
at
off?
least I want to see
That
the
is
market
left to
because
you.
of the monthly
But because
structure
we're in
also.
such a
But if I'm
long,
looking for the OTG and
drawn
discount
out,
area, then this is the only area I'm
move
seeing
lower,
as my possible area. Okay. And
this right
that
here I
indecision
would
follow-up is also
interpret
there.
that as a wonderful area to take 25%
area.
of the position off minimum. It may even be
Close
more,
candle and
okay,
opening, and
in
then
other
the
circumstances.
fair
But in
value
here,
gap with
that's how I
volume
use it. And then
imbalance.
the
New week
balance would be
opening
just
gap,
simply reaching
but
for
volume
this.
imbalance. And
Okay. Or you can take
indecision, so a little bit here,
everything but the last 20% off below here, and then leave that
and this is
remaining 20%
coming
of the
towards
original
that, but
position you
with
assumed when you were shorting.
beautiful structures.
Leave that
like
20%
thousands
running
of
to see
good
how far it can go down. And that's just one way of
That's
using
why
it
I'm
and
saying,
how I
okay.
interpret
And on the daily, it's even better. It's like
Event
the
Horizon.
perfect
And
exact same
this is a
scenario,
targeting
which is
strategy with it. I've used it many times
There
without
was
your
a
awareness of entering
tiny
trades
inversion
and adding partials to an existing position. But I'm always
from
using
equal
highs and lows when it's drawing down to it,
relatively
or
equal
between highs
taken
and
into
a
the
higher high.
inversion, then this was
Midpoint
the
of that, I'm
structure.
using that
Yeah,
as
this
as
time
a
it is not as good
partial
as
exit
that
if I'm
fall, but
thinking I'm near the end of a run, or I'm
equal
adding to it there.
highs,
And you're thinking to yourself, well, aren't you buying at a
even
premium?
those
No,
equal highs and that relatively equal.
because
okay.
this
Fair
this
value
is
was there
a
also,
level that would become.
and
I mean, explain what I mean by that.
tiny inversion.
Say price goes lower, and don't
And
get
then the
discouraged because I'm
follow-up
talking about
happened.
Bitcoin and you don't
So,
trade Bitcoin like me. I don't trade it. But what
history
I'm
repeats
outlining here
itself.
is universal. It's
All-time
not
high
like just a
to a
Bitcoin thing.
big
It's not
retracement,
just a futures
all-time
thing. It's an
high
every
to a
market
big
thing. Okay,
retracement.
so it's a universal application.
And both time we have our
Teach you
boss
something, youngins.
involved actively.
So let's assume
this
that
is
the market
when
trades
Donald Trump
lower.
was
We
taking
get
the
below this
power.
low.
This is
Next
when
point of
Donald
business
Trump
would be
started a new
halfway,
war.
which is consequent. I'm
And
sorry,
tariff, blah,
Event
blah,
Horizon,
blah.
which is a consequent
So
encroachment
boss is
measurement
there
between
to
an
give us the
old
best
low
economy.
of that
Who
level
cares,
and
bro?
that
We
level.
can take
So
sells, we
midpoint
can
is right
take
here.
buys, whatever the market
If I ultimately
predicts.
believe and subscribe to the idea that we're going to go here to that low and lower, and price trades down below this low and trades down to this. So in other words, this is say
inversion,
it does this.
bearish gap.
Once it breaks below here, who cares what the mechanics were up here?
But
we finally get below it.
Leaving
and we trade
liquidity
down
for later.
from that low to here.
Relative equals taken,
we can
fair
dilly-dally
gap,
around in here,
tiny
but
inversion
ultimately,
there,
if we trade
then
down,
the fall, it was very clean, or at least giving good structures. It is very shitty. But we are still making money. Who cares? Now imagine if it was clean.
In my mind,
Imagine if it was
if I'm
clean.
assuming price is here as a target or a terminus, or even lower, which is what I have really made very clear. I think it's going to zero.
Bloody hell! When
Laugh at me, whatever you want to do. I don't care. But ultimately, you will see a day where you're going to see it.
Give
Like,
me a
what
call
in
if
the
you're
world
still
he was right.
listening. Oh, Mosh.
Just the timing's off. That's why I don't trade it. See, but I ultimately know this is going to go down to zero. Nobody's going to want it, and they're going to.
I just came back. I just broke my fast. Just came back.
Wake up, and it's just going to be like.
Okay,
zero.
brother. Is
So,
it your Eid tomorrow? Then
market
I would
trades
love
down
to
to
wish
that
you
Event Horizon.
Eid Mubarak.
And then
It's
goes back to
Eid
it there.
tomorrow.
As soon as
I
it does
cannot
that,
pass
in my
31.
mind,
30
all we're
is enough
doing
for me.
is trading at a premium.
Okay, so Eid Mubarak, my brother.
Wait a minute, how can that be a premium? Because you
Eid
just showed us on the
Mubarak
daily
to you.
chart,
So,
and then
And
we're from
see you
here
from Monday,
all the way down here. How's that a premium? Because the range
Monday.
resets.
Hopefully.
When are you doing
Because
it
we
tomorrow?
broke this low here, and this is terminus.
Me, I started one
So
day
if this
late,
is your range,
but I'm gonna celebrate both
from
of the
low
days.
to
Tomorrow,
lower
day after
low, and
tomorrow,
this is your
both of
target
them.
down here.
So you're not
The only
fasting
thing we
tomorrow?
did was went down into
I'm
discount
gonna
and then
keep
right back to
29
equilibrium.
and then avoid the 30th,
Midpoint.
because if it is actually the
So
Eid
consequent
that
encroachment
because I live in a
defines that
non-Muslim country and missing
level
out on
as
that
what?
opportunity.
Go back and
Because
watch
two communities, two
elements to a
different
trade setup.
opinion. Okay.
Month 1,
So it's
2016
that's fine.
the
playlist.
same scenario
Discount
for
to
me
premium.
every year.
Premium to discount.
First couple of years when I was in
When we're bearish,
Melbourne,
if
it
price
was
goes
different,
below
but
the
in
midpoint,
Sydney, it's
which is
completely
equilibrium,
different.
if we trade back to equilibrium, that's a short-term
So what
premium.
I
but
plan to do is
weighted
like
You've
after
kept
the Eid,
29.
towards the sell side
yeah, and then
delivery
after the Eid, maybe
because
I
it's
will do
bearish
one
on
day
your interpretation
as
or
a
analysis. So that's
recovery.
why it's don't
Cool.
get
No
tricked
problem. No problem. No,
into
but if you do
thinking
29 and
that
someone is
simply
praying it
because there's
pending, just do it.
everybody talks about it in terms of
Yeah.
discount and premium now.
Okay,
And sometimes when they draw their
Give
ranges
my-
and determine
give
what it
Eid
is they
Mubarak to
think is
everybody else.
discount or
I
premium,
think your
it really
brother's
isn't.
in the group.
And
so I can
sometimes they'll
say to
say,
him,
I don't want to.
say
I don't want to
Mubarak
sell
your
short in
family
here
from.
because we're
He's
too
the
far
one
in a
only
discount,
listens, never
and they don't
speaks or
understand how the
gives
range
it back.
resets
I
when we
don't know
No,
take
why.
he speaks
loads
to
out
me. He speaks to me.
that
Well,
are
I cannot
part
say
of
anything.
a larger
I'm the
run.
one you guys are
This is
ignoring.
just
Now I
qualifying
can-
now this range
He
is
talks to
Now
me.
valid.
bro,
So what's the low
listen,
of that range? The next
we
low
had
would
a
put us at that low
rejection block and then
from
the
here.
order block. Okay, but when you mentioned
Okay.
this on, now
So
I know we
don't
have a
get
confirmation, bro.
don't get so crazy about being fearful taking setups
No, he
because
talks.
it's in a
To be fair, he talks when the
perceived
group
in
is
your
a
limited
little bit
exposure
smaller.
and understanding about what I taught.
But I have
There's going to be many times that you're going to look at this and say,
But,
I wouldn't have taken that trade, and look how much it kept
Everything
going.
gonna be in trading
You
language.
know, why did that work?
Before I had,
I'm teaching it to you
I was
now.
observing and I was
There's
expecting.
so many
Okay,
questions
but
you guys
then
ask,
you just gave me
and
the
there's also so many questions I know that
confirmation.
I'm going to
I can
inspire
enter
by
into a
my
trade
new
now.
lectures this year. I already know what you're going to ask,
Listen,
but I also
I
know
would
that
ask
you
you
don't need to
something,
know that
bro.
information
So
right now.
I've
There's
ended up.
bigger things on your plate that you
do you
need
need
to
to
eat.
go?
No, all good.
Okay, so I've
Right, so
ended
that's
up
the
with 4
business there.
accounts, yeah, because
Just
they made a
lower
mistake
prices,
at
ultimately,
Guardian,
just
but they've given me
that's the
fresh
level I'm
accounts.
looking
They
for,
made a mistake, and
49,000.
that's why I stopped trading for them
577.
as well.
Okay, that's what I'm
How do I
ultimately
trade them?
looking for
They've given
on an
me
intermediate term
4
basis.
fresh
Short
accounts,
term, we're
bro.
looking
I
at
don't
that
know
low,
what's the
that
best
low,
way to trade them. They've given
the
me
event
250K
horizon,
accounts
and then
two
there. And then once we
25K
get down here, if we
accounts.
start to really
Not give.
accelerate to the
They
downside,
made a mistake.
we're back in the
They messed
20,000s.
up my account.
As
They
All
took
right,
my
so let's
money.
go
Don't
to
get me wrong. They
let's
took
do
my
gold
money.
first,
It's
then we'll
not
do
like they
silver.
didn't take. It's not free. It's
You guys still
because
awake?
they
Did I
made
bore you?
mistakes in closing
Did I put you to
accounts
sleep?
and
Look at that. Oh my
stuff
goodness.
like that.
Okay,
And taking
so
It's almost like this guy knows
are
what's
you
going to
asking
happen.
me in terms
I
of the
know.
copy
I know
trading,
some
or
of
are
you
you asking me in
don't
terms
want
of
to believe
Yeah,
it, but go
yeah.
back and watch the other live streams.
copy
No,
trading
starting.
is
It's almost
sorry?
scary, isn't
Yeah,
it? I said
yeah,
that as long as
So they
we
gave it
staying in
to me
here,
on Ninja Trader. Is
if we
there
go
any
below
way
it and come
to
back up,
trade
treat
or
treat it
this?
as
you
inversion fair
can
value
log
gap.
in the
We can
trade
come
of
back
it
down into
also,
here,
like
and
it
then
is the
ultimately
same.
trade into the consequent correction of this
Okay,
wick.
and then Trade of
And
it
then
will copy
now
them.
we have
And trade of
smooth
it, you
lows in
have
here.
to create
So
a
there's sell
group
side
over
liquidity
there.
resting right there. Okay.
Okay.
Now go back. Let's do some time travel for a moment. When
Like
we were trading
whenever you are
here,
ready, maybe
I said it would be
share the
uncivilized for
chart
you
with
not
me
to be
or
taking
something. I'll
profit in
I'll
silver and gold.
Okay.
are you able
Okay.
to share now
Everybody
or
else
later?
was bullish.
No, we'll do
To
it
the
some other
moon.
time.
Okay.
You wanted to go.
This is not
I'm
me.
not in a rush,
Okay.
so I'm not
No,
Believe me,
going
I know how to
I'm
brag.
available to show
I
you.
know
Like
how to
it's
brag.
gonna take
This is
1-2
not bragging.
minutes, but
I want to talk to you
Okay.
in a way where
it's up to
when
you.
I'm
Like if
taking
you
my
are in
time
a
to sit
good
down and warn you
position
about the
to open the
risks,
chart and share it.
because all
or
of you
not.
want to hear about
That's
the
why.
good stuff. Get me in a trade.
Okay. So
Tell me how far I can see the price run and make money.
screen.
But none of you want to listen to me when I'm warning you.
Let me
Oh,
just stop sharing.
you old man, shut up. Remember, I'm the one that's retired, and you're the one listening to me. I'm not listening to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're going to spend any time with me, just consider my motivation.
On trade of it.
Okay, I'm trying to prevent
So I
you
don't
from
need
hurting
this
yourself. I've done it lots of times as a 20-year-old.
Okay, so
I did it a lot.
I
And
haven't loaded
a
them on
weaker
Trade of It
person,
yet, but
a less inspired person, a less determined
this
person
one.
would have given up. I wasn't going to give up. So to prevent that stuff from happening to you, because the markets are extremely difficult right now. They're very, very hard, even for me right now. It doesn't seem like it because I'm still calling stuff and it's working out.
Yeah,
but I'm extremely dialed back in terms of my involvement. I've been very blessed with the ability to be able to see lots of setups all the time.
But there is a issue
but
in trade
just because I see them doesn't mean I'm willing to take every single one of them.
You see on the
so I'm being
top
much more
corner,
selective,
you have the
and I'm
like
counseling all
account
of you to do the
list,
same thing.
the names.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
That's
click on that.
maturity.
Then create manage group.
Worth more than the weight and price of gold.
Click on that and
it's wisdom.
Go lower, manage group. Yeah.
And I unfortunately probably wouldn't have recognized it either if I had just started back
give
then
it
either.
a name, like
because I was looking for the guys that was going to teach me how to get into something that's going to move real big.
Click on that plus icon.
When Larry Williams was teaching mega trades.
Plus icon.
Think about the name of that.
Yeah,
mega trades. Oh shit, that's the one I want to be in. That's exactly what I want to trade. Everybody wants to be in those Bitcoin runs, those big Coco 2025
you have to drag
runs.
the accounts towards
and
the right
silver,
side.
which we call
so
gold, which we called. Okay, so
let's do 5.
I wonder by just loosen up your hold on. Okay, there's always ways to get back in, but if it's not going to go any higher, it's going to have a deep retracement.
25K or
and
is that a 50K?
When we get into silver, I'll explain what we're seeing here.
I think that's the 25K. So I'll
so
put
maybe
50K.
Like
annoying to me.
No. Like maybe do it this way. Like
so here we have
25K
the market
and
open at the low of
I will tell
this
you
imbalance.
there is a catch. So I'll tell you.
It opens,
Okay,
trades
so
up to
for
consequent encroachment, and then gives up the ghost and goes
Okay.
lower.
Okay. So you can save it,
Sells off aggressively.
and
Why? Because it has a
this
little
is
bit of
one
time.
group created. Okay. Now
Little bit of time
maybe
of
you
what?
can like
March
even
settlement
add another
for
one
silver.
and maybe put the like 50K
This is being
or something.
led by silver.
Okay.
All of this right here is a
Okay. Now maybe
smart
you can use
money
the 50K
exodus,
ones.
leaving
You
the
can do
metals.
all of them together also, no
Because
issue.
the
It's just you
tomfoolery
have
that I
to
told you
come
that
to the
silver
group
was
and then
under
like select the
1980,
accounts,
look
or
up the
like
Hunt
drag
brothers.
all
They're
of
doing
them
the
inside or
same type of
outside,
stuff, just a
whatever you
different
want to
flavor.
click,
Just a little
outside,
bit
outside,
differently.
that way. Okay.
But there's
so
not enough silver for
now
delivery.
you can
Okay,
cancel close this
that's what it
option.
is. Now,
And if you click on that same area
in
where the
normal
account
supply
is
and
showing,
demand
okay,
factors,
Yeah.
you would think, okay, well,
yeah,
if there
click
isn't
on that,
any
you will see
silver,
two
that would
groups up
mean
there.
that they're gonna
So what you have
it's
to
gonna
do
go up
is
a
you have
lot
to
because if people want to buy it and there ain't enough
Okay,
of
got
it,
it didn't-
then we can't
Okay,
take
didn't do
delivery
the
of
other
it.
one. I'll
It's
do
gonna
that one.
it
So
go
then I
higher.
can just
Okay,
pick
so
this
in the
one.
you
normal
can maybe like
market,
have
yeah,
this one
but we're
group.
not in
Yeah, so
normal markets right now. We're in
click one more time, you will
level of
see
deception
it's
that's
selected. Okay.
unprecedented,
Yeah.
highly
So now
corrupt.
what you have to do
Everything's
is you have to select
everything
one of
is a
those
lie right
accounts,
now.
the ones you put
I don't
in the
believe
copy.
anything.
Yeah.
I don't believe anything.
Okay.
And
In my
No.
we're seeing
Here,
that here.
trading view.
Okay.
No, in
And
here, because if you're
I
copy
told you
trading, you cannot
this
use
consequent
trading view.
encouragement. Don't take my word for this one, okay?
Oh.
Because if you guys don't watch the videos,
Ah,
and put
okay.
Except
annotations
you
down
have purchased
and record the
copy trader or
timestamps where I
something.
said it, so that way you can go
You
back
got
and
it?
revisit those
Okay.
ideas.
Okay.
Or
So
if you see
back-
someone
have to
say that
trade
he
from
didn't say
trader,
that, he
right?
never said that, you'll have the ammunition
okay.
to
That's
you
the
kind of
thing.
like
But
not
let
to
me show
we need
you
to go out
like
and
how you
defend
can
it.
do
It's
it.
for
Like
you to
go
have
one
peace
more
of
time
mind
over
knowing
there. Like what
that I
you have
already
to
told you
focus
these things.
is
Yeah.
I told you these things so that way you wouldn't be afraid.
you
I
you
told you
have
these
that
things
blue
so that you
tick
wouldn't hurt
in
yourself. I
front of
told you
the
these
group,
things so that way
and
you
whatever
wouldn't be caught
accounts you are using inside
blindsided
of
when
that.
everybody
Okay,
else
you
is
have
up
to
here
select
expecting the
one
moon.
of those as your
All
like
by
from
myself,
here,
I'm
from
standing
the
here. I'm
drop
telling
down
all
list.
of you,
Okay,
you're all
so
wrong. And instead of
as your
arguing and arm
execution
wrestling
one.
me
Okay.
to try to get some clout,
Oh, okay. So that would be
just listen to the old man. I promise you,
Five,
I
yeah,
won't
yeah.
steer you wrong.
So
I'm
that's your
trying to
execution
guide
one.
you and
Okay.
protect you from hurting
Now
yourself.
Yeah.
the thing
That's
is
the
you have
first
two
lesson you have
accounts,
to learn.
right?
You have to be able to be in it
So
long enough to
if you
learn how
want
to
to
do
take,
things
let's
correctly.
say, 5
If you blow
micro
out
contracts
right from Jump
on
Street,
your trade, like on
what are
each
you really
account,
learning?
you have to select 10
Nothing
over
that you
there, and
didn't
it will, like, if
follow
you
the rules.
select
You weren't
10
teachable.
on the lot size, see the
And that's
10?
why there's a lot of people
It
on the
will
internet
it
that have
will
lots
put
of things to say
five
about me.
on each
And the
of
only thing they're
those.
communicating
So you
is
have to
they're fucking
multiply
stupid.
it by the number of accounts.
They're impatient and they wanted it to be easy for them. And they
okay.
don't have the time and
So
effort or
whatever
consideration in
contract you want
themselves
to take,
to
if it's
invest in
10
it.
contract, you have to put 20 contract
So
over
you're
there
lazy,
because
you're
you have two
unprofitable, and you're a
accounts. If
piece
you
of
put
shit.
all
But
four
you got
of
lots of
them
lip
for
service
one
about
micro
somebody out here
contract, you have
literally
to
doing
press,
it for free,
well, like you have
teaching
to select
people how to be
4 over
millionaires.
there in that.
My stable has the most
Can you see
millionaires.
that?
So just remember
Like
that.
exit,
So
exit
there's
at
the next
market
draw on
and
liquidity
cancel
there. Okay.
that option. Yeah,
Now,
right
in a
beside
perfect world,
that
we
you
want
have
to
that
see
10.
it
See?
close on the body
Yeah,
below
Yeah.
this
you
level.
can
If it
change,
does that,
like
then
there
that
is a
means we
drop
open the
down also.
floodgates
You
for
can change
this
from that
smooth area down here
pre-selected
where
one,
there's sell
or
side.
you can
If it gets
manually
below
write
that,
it
it
down.
could
It's like
accelerate.
So I have to do
4
To what
equal.
degree? I don't know.
I
Okay,
have to
just
do
keeping
like
in concert with what I already
equal,
said
like
about this market
multiplication.
and silver.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to be
Like
wrong in this.
what,
And
like
that's
if
what I
you
said
put all
earlier.
5 of
When we were
them,
back
so
here,
you
I
know,
said,
like
it's
how
we're
many contracts you
we're
want
near
to
it.
take in a
Okay, so
single
you
trade.
need to be
Okay,
taking
so
some profits.
multiplied
Be
by how many accounts?
be in the profit margin
All right.
in column saying,
Have you
know,
got
I
a copy
booked
trader yet?
some
Did you get
gains
one?
in gold and silver.
Nah,
And
I'm just
now,
using
if you've done
these
that,
things.
look where we're at today.
Same thing. I'm using Ninja.
Maybe you were thinking,
Sorry,
oh, ICT's got it wrong. I should have bought more.
And it's working
And if
well
you
for you.
didn't and you took profits,
Yeah, it's okay.
look
Because
where you're at right here.
usually
Doesn't that
after the
doesn't that
buffer, I
bode
don't really need big
confidence
profits. So
that, hey,
and top
look,
step is
listening
very
to
easy.
managing risk,
Okay.
So usually what I did, like for
not
example, today
seeking
on
profit. Okay, that's the
Lucid,
worst.
I made
Everybody
like
has a way to
how
do
much? I
that.
don't even remember. Like
May or may not be the best thing,
290 or something.
but
and
everybody
I
has a
just
way of doing
called
that.
it a day.
But so little is said about
290 or
managing risk
390,
and
like something like
interpreting
that. I
when
don't
prices
remember the
are
exact
near
amount. I can
intermediate
check,
term or
but I don't remember.
potentially long-term highs. or
Okay,
lows.
cool. Let me have
So you
a
have to
do that.
Because I have
you have
the
to weigh
buffer,
all
so I
these
don't
things out.
really
In the
like.
beginning,
If
you're
I just
inundated with so
complete
many
5 days, I can still
complex
withdraw my
theories
fifth
and
payout
struggles to
of
determine what it is that you
$2,000.
want to become as a trader and what you're going to focus
So
on. It's put on the
I
back
have
burner.
like
I'll worry about
6,000
risk when
plus
I
in the
get to it.
account
No,
after the
no.
fourth payout.
You want to
Yeah,
learn
like I
it
have
in the
like
beginning because that's your shield.
$6,684.50,
That's the thing
and
that's going
today
to
I
keep you
made
in this
$280.
battle
So
for
Yeah.
continuous
like
long-term
that's
success.
pretty much
Without a shield, you're going to die. You're gonna be
I need
cannon
only
fodder.
150
You're gonna
for
be blown to bits, dismembered. Your
And
head's gonna
with
come off your
with
shoulders,
the
and you're gonna
like
do it to yourself.
with the
You don't
Lucid
feel
and
like it's
all
being
that, you
done
can have it
by
all
your own
here.
hands, but that's exactly what you're doing because of
No,
ignorance.
that's different login and
All
different.
right, so that's the business there for gold. We're
screen.
looking for lower prices, and then now
okay.
let's go over to silver.
Because I have 3 screens,
If
I
you like
put
what you're
3
seeing today,
in
if you're
3 separate area.
oh, look at
Okay,
that.
so
Okay.
for example, like I was
Oh, there
looking
you
for a
go.
OTC entry. So what I do is
Silver, I
usually
told you
I
the
put
same
limit
thing. We had a volume imbalance in here.
those areas. Okay, and
If
I
you
don't
trade outside of it,
like
which
the
we
one
did
that
here,
I have big
we
buffer and
opened,
looking
trade
for
up into
payouts only. That
inversion fair
one I
value
don't
gap. Go back and
go
listen
into
to the
like
recordings,
adding,
folks.
doing this, doing that.
It
Those
would trade
things. I
lower,
just
and we have this
put the
wick.
limit order.
Okay, and we're
If it's
just about
going towards
there.
my profit area where I'm thinking about a partial preemptively or
there.
beforehand, I just put that partial limit order also there,
So we
and
got
it
real
doesn't take
close
too
to
long.
it.
It's
So
I'm gonna take
that
the
low, and we're looking up here in the
trade
upper
sinker.
left-hand corner.
It offered me 50% off a few days ago, but I didn't go with that one.
67.225, and
Soon I will
that
take
consequent
the trade
encroachment
sinker.
level is 67.
And with the trade
Oh,
sinker,
guys.
I don't know. Are you aware? Does it allow? For
So we
example,
got real close to it.
I've
In and of
got,
itself by itself,
25K
that's
accounts.
enough.
I've got 50K
That right there.
accounts.
If
maybe
I would have been
Yes,
warned
size is not matter.
by
It's like
a
you
guy
can
that doesn't
you
ask
can
for any
put
kind
the
of money,
multiplication
you don't
over
even have to
there
thank me.
also. It's like
You know, just
whatever I'm taking in my
just
50K
listen.
account, half it in
If I would
the
have got that from somebody,
25K or
I
double
would be
it in the
greatly
100K
appreciative.
that way.
That it would have
You know?
saved me a lot
You
of
can do it
loss,
here
a
also.
lot of
If you
heartache.
can see, like if you
Let me,
go
let
to
me put it
your
in
group
perspective
one
for
more
you.
time, I will show you like how
From
you can do
80,
that.
okay, from 80
So
down to
go to
78
that
for one
group,
contract,
like
that's
that
$10,000
no,
lost
like you have
if
to
you're long
select that icon on the
for
right
every one
corner.
contract you're
Like, yeah,
holding.
like go here and that so that group is now unselected
Let
the
that
moment
let
you
that
click
sink
it.
in, folks.
You see that
Okay,
quantity is
there
1
is no
Yeah.
silver
So if
You
you
can
make
take
it
delivery of.
but you have to
So the
remember
people that were
what is
holding
the
it
total.
to take delivery, what's their incentive to hold a
Okay.
contract?
So you can double
None.
it and half
Yeah.
it, but you still need to.
They
Okay.
turn the
All
supply
right.
and demand factor,
Yeah, I mean it's all right
the
for limit orders,
the
but if
supply
you're
and
doing
demand factor
market
that usually would
execution,
cause a short supply, high
it's a bit
price.
too much pressure.
We're seeing the
Yeah,
inversion of
so
that. There you
maybe
go.
you can
There's
do
your
it this way.
there it is. You watched it
25K,
live
put
streamed
it
right here.
1 and 50K
Last time we
put
talked
it
about silver
that way.
up here,
Okay.
and now
So you
down
have
here.
to
I told you it would
multiply
probably see a
your
quick acceleration.
orders by that amount,
Try to
by
get down
the
there and get
total
closer
amount
to
over there.
50
So 1 and 2
because
that will be
there
like
is
4 and 2 6.
no
So to
silver
take
for the
one
majority of
micro
the
contract
contracts
on each
that are being
account,
purchased
you have to
that they want
multiply
delivery
it by
of.
6
There is none. They don't have enough of it to give to you.
Okay.
Okay, so that's why you're seeing this
that way.
liquidation.
Okay. And on
So
this, what's
we
the
had that
easiest
target
way
met.
to
So the next thing would be is
take
we want to see it close below
price
that,
a
and then we would
consistent
look
amount,
for it
which
to
I
work towards
have
these
to do
smooth
it on?
lows
I
here.
presume I have to do
All
it
right,
on
so
the
that's the
trading view.
business on
So on the
silver. Give me
trading
a thumbs
view,
up if you were here and you watched me
it's
call this before it all happened, and you watched it happen today live.
So
I don't make any more money
what
from
usually
this.
happens is
I just like seeing it. It
like
just
if
means
you
that
connect it with
you're not
TradingView,
sleeping,
you
you're
can
awake, and
definitely do
you
that.
watched it happen
But you
because you care
cannot
enough
copy.
to invest in
However,
yourself.
um,
All right, so let's take a crude oil
what is it?
field trip over here.
Like once you
I know this
execute
guy
here,
does all this
you
for
can see
free.
like automatically the orders are already
Man,
showing
I should
on
do a
the trading
$10,000
view also.
mentorship. Everybody's got to
okay.
sign up with their demo account. It's
It will
$10,000
show
demo paid.
like
Okay,
real time,
y'all got to start your
but the
demo
execution
account
have
at
to happen
$10,000.
here
That's the
if you're
admission
copy
fee.
trading.
Okay. So just have
I'm gonna
both
do this,
open and
ICT.
then see
Made a
what you
deal.
want to.
I'm sticking my end of it.
Just
All right,
mark
so
it up
here's
here.
the business
for
with
example,
crude oil. As I mentioned, don't trade it. Okay, don't trade it. I told you that this
if
wick here,
like,
we had to grade that.
if I want to
And
enter here, stop loss there.
would you want to be in this?
There.
Knowing what you know about price action, whether it be my stuff
So
or anybody
on
else's
the
stuff,
other side, you can
what
make it
in
like
this
10.
price action right here
And if
warrants
you have
you
more than
entering
one monitor,
on
then
anything?
you can put this one in the smaller one and the trading view in the bigger
I
one.
have
So that
nothing
your
here that I would want to be
analysis
part
is
of
in front of
entering.
you. Here you're
Do
just
I believe
pressing the
crude oil is going
button
to go
of
higher?
putting the limit order.
Yes.
Because it's not hard, Mosh.
Yes.
If you just click on the chart at
I believe we're going to
any
have
area,
$5
you'll
a
see
gallon
what
in
appears.
places that don't know. I know
See
in
that?
California you guys paid too much,
Okay.
but I believe like in my local area
Okay, so if
we're
you're
at like
willing to put a buy limit there, you have to put the buy limit,
some
and it
cents.
will
I think the last time I
get
remember looking at it.
And then if you want to
It may
exit or
be
close,
a
you don't
little
have to
bit more
press
than
the
that. I
sell
don't
button,
know
buy
'cause I
button that way.
I don't
Okay,
really
all you have
care
to do is
too much
see
about what
that
the price is.
exit
I hate to
at
sound like
market and
you know
cancel.
that guy, but
on the top.
only because I talk about the markets
Top
and
right.
my
This one.
wife
Yeah, this one,
sees the
yeah.
price and she knows
So
that
if
her
you
friends
click
and
on
family
that,
members are complaining about how much it costs for them to fill their tanks up. And some of them bought SUVs.
and maybe
And now they're
don't
like,
show
man, I got to
anymore.
put
Put it
$80
like
to
that way,
$100
so that
to fill up my
it
tank.
just
Well,
executes
you own an 8-cylinder, you're going to
immediately.
pay that.
Put yes, put yes.
But I don't think that the average person is ready for that shell shock, because
No. Click one
what's
more
going
time
on
on
over
the
the Middle
chart.
East is not winding
Maybe
down. It's going to get
yes,
worse.
somewhere
And
empty, bro.
as
I
soon
got
as you
little
see
scared.
confirmation that
Like
there
it's
has
not
been
the
tactical
limit order.
nukes being used,
Put
and
like
I told you all,
maybe
I
far
told you all
below.
in
Put a
2020,
limit order as a
that's
buy
what was
long.
coming.
Far below.
And
Oh,
they're all
okay.
talking about using them
Yeah,
now.
so that it doesn't hit immediately. So you'll
All
understand what
sides.
I'm saying.
What do you think that's going to do?
Okay.
Just put it
That's
like
going to
you
send
have to
shockwaves through
place
these markets that you
by limit.
don't fully understand.
No, not that, bro, not
That's
that.
the new boogeyman.
Not that.
Which
COVID?
one?
Nobody cares about
In
that
the
thing.
green icon. Yeah. Here.
Everybody knows that
Press
everything's
it
expensive.
once.
The
Yeah.
inflation stuff, that's
And
all,
you will.
Yeah.
we're in it. And it's not going to go lower. It's going to
Yeah,
keep going
well,
higher.
because it
Everything's
has
going to
be
get more
9.
expensive.
You remember you made 2
So
and 1, so it has to be 9.
It pains me to have to
9
keep
or
repeating
6.
these types of things. If you can't afford to trade, why are you worrying about it?
Okay, now you can click wherever you want to put the limit. Yeah.
If you're worried about the markets being taken away
Okay.
from you,
Yeah.
say they stop trading.
Why is it? Oh,
There's lots
why
of
is
things
it
I could list out
rejected?
as to how they could do that. And I know a lot of old timers, even, trading longer than I have, think that what I'm saying is nonsensical.
It's 1-1.
Okay. That's your opinion. I'm batting 1,000.
No.
And there's
not
no
that,
conspiracy left anymore.
No,
Okay.
I get scared
I'm
when
telling
you
you,
go for that buy market
you
option.
will see mushroom clouds inside these
Okay,
lower
it's a buy limit. Yeah.
U.S.
Yeah.
states, below
Yeah.
Canada and above Mexico. You're going to see it.
But why is it
And you're
getting
going to see it in
rejected?
Israel.
What's happening?
And you're going to see it in
I
Iran.
don't know. Maybe they've sent me a
You're
new
going to see it.
tractor. Okay, let me play around with it, and I will.
When that stuff happens,
traders area. I don't know if
nobody
they've
knows
sent
what
me
the
any
market's going to do.
contracts or anything that I need to.
Yeah, go to
I
the
don't know.
contracts.
I have no opinion. I'm out. Night trading.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pending, bro.
But until that happens, I'm going to be looking for opportunities in markets that make sense. Crude oil doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. There's so much volatility now.
Okay, now I
Options
believe
are
it when-
overvalued.
Okay, so it's coming back down. So,
And because of the volatility level being what it is, I
Um,
wouldn't consider doing anything with it. Nothing.
Yeah, just reloading.
Treat it like a
your,
rattlesnake. It's already did
thing.
what we said was going to happen.
Now we can
It
try.
already did it.
let's make it less.
So just
Yeah.
like a rattlesnake. Yeah, it's there. I'll look at you.
Okay.
I'll admire you from a distance, but I'm not trying to touch you because it's going to bite you.
Okay, you
so
see the
let's-
limit order? Now if you press that exit and cancel, what's
Alright,
gonna happen
so
is
let's
it's
go
gonna
to,
close your active position and any pending order
NES.
anywhere in the chart. Okay.
Micro
Okay.
S&P.
So
All right.
Oh, look at that.
All right,
I
let
hope
me
you got
see
the
if-
idea what I was trying. Yeah,
I've
it
got
is
the
really
idea.
Alright,
good.
so,
Trade of it
we
is
talked
really
about
good. Okay.
this
If I
gap,
get used to it, I
including
think
this
it might be better. Yeah.
volume
Like you
imbalance.
can do
We
everything.
traded up
You
the
see
consequent
like the
encroachment on that
when you
yesterday,
hover your mouse
and
on
then
the
traded lower,
chart,
and now
on
we've
the
taken out that
left
shallow
corner, you
run.
will
I
see
told you
some
that this
settings to select
liquidity
the
pool
time
here,
frame,
when we pierced that, that's not enough.
like all these indicators.
now we
If
have a
you want
little
to
bit more,
remove it from the chart,
pronounced,
everything is on
drop
like
below
on the
that.
top left corner.
that's
It will
in
come when you hover
spec,
yeah,
basically what we were looking
inside
for.
the- yeah. Here.
This really ugly price action, and
If
ultimately
you
just
click on that
wilting going lower.
indicator icon, okay,
This
like that.
day, today,
Yes.
March 19, 2026,
yeah.
will
You
be a
can config
defining
the chart from here also.
day for
Click on
whether or
that,
not
like
this
that
is a
settings.
sustained price run lower,
No, not this,
or
this one, the other one.
if they want to go higher.
See whatever like that RSI,
Let
SMA,
me just say
Bollinger, you
this,
can
and then
delete
I'll
all
move
of
on to
them. It will
NQ,
disappear.
because that's
Okay,
where I really want to be talking about today.
and you can add from that
And I hope I didn't
other
bore you.
area also. So if you're not
Okay.
using
Actually, I'm at
indicators, those things.
I'm at that final couple minutes. Let me just say this.
Cool. I'll have a little play around with it, and I'll
Yeah,
send
Yeah,
you
and
the-
then like if you
if I don't-
need, you can click
if I
the
don't close the
charts
stream
and you
less
can
than
make
an
it
hour,
the way
it's
your
gonna
trading
not
view is
allow
like
the
that. And then
the folks that do the translation
it's not
stuff.
bad. Even
they're
like
not gonna be
the
able to see it,
price
and I wanna
box
make sure
that
they can
it's
hear what
showing
I said.
on the bottom, like bottom
So,
means
I'll
right
take these
above your
off real quick.
account list, there is a small gray box.
Same thing
with
I
the
just
current
mentioned in
price
ES.
value,
It's already done what I
like
told you
current
it would likely do.
value of the
So
market,
here we have
what the candle is doing.
this
That one,
gap in here.
Yeah.
left,
Now watch when I do the settings.
this one, yeah, like this one.
See that?
The
Right
gray
here. Look
box
right here.
lower.
There's
You
no
can see
volume
the
imbalance.
high, low, open. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Volume
If you
imbalance.
want, you can
That's
move
the one
it
I'm going to
higher
use.
also.
Actually,
There
let's
is
do
a
this.
3 dot on the left that you need to hold on that.
That's why it was highlighted.
Now you
That
can
there was a
move it
volume imbalance
higher
right down
and
here. See the
then
separation between that candle's
adjust the size
close
of it.
and that candle's open.
Whatever, like
We went right
got
to the high of
point,
it,
like that's
and then
the
that little gap in
current
here,
market
where were the bodies?
situation, like the
I know there's
current
a lot of
candle,
business going
open,
on
high, low,
in here.
close, how many volumes, those things.
Gotta put all this stuff back, otherwise the smaller
Yeah,
time
All
frame
right,
you
charts
can-
I'll
won't
have a
work.
little play around with it.
The bodies are staying
Yeah,
inside
and
of
when
that,
you
but the
are
wicks are allowed to go
walking
up and do the
around
damage.
it, if you
that
have
volume
any
imbalance. See
ineligible
that?
account or
then
anything that
gave
you
up the ghost.
oh
You heard that here
maybe
first.
it's removed or
So,
something, or that
let's
first
go back
one maybe. Yeah,
real quick,
whatever.
add all
Like
that
you select something
detail and go into the 1 minute chart.
we'll
I
take care
already
of
know I'm going to
how
probably
you're
blow
doing
this,
it.
and
But
it's going
yeah,
to
the settings are easy. If you just watch
move.
one time, it will be
Look at that.
okay.
It came right back up to our
And you
little
can
volume.
have one
or
chart, two
fair
chart,
value
whatever,
gap.
like multiple.
The body
that's up
stayed
to
below
you.
halfway
You can
point
have
and then
gold,
ultimately went lower.
ES, everything
This
together
bit of business here.
with
No, I
separate.
see.
No. The
Stick to-
reason I'm saying is with separate buy sell button. Okay.
wick
So
right there.
wherever you are finding your
Discount wick.
setup, you can press the
We're
button
above it
on
here,
that
trading
on
down into it. We want to see it trade
specifically,
below
okay,
on a closing
without
basis. If
thinking
we
where
close below that,
today.
all bets are off. We're going lower
I
for a
don't
while.
even know like how to explain this. but
That's
I was
that level I
framing
told
a
you. I'll
setup
show you
on
where
my
the
during
level was
London
earlier.
session,
That's
by
this
the way,
level
like
there.
around
It traded down
2:30
into it, and then
something.
once it hit that, look what it did.
was around 6
Right
o'clock.
back up to that
Framing a
fair value
setup
gap that I gave you earlier at the
on
beginning of the stream.
Nasdaq.
Then
And
we
I took
wilted,
the
went
entry,
lower,
it was not
and
appearing
now we're
on
down
my
here.
chart.
So
And then I realized
anyway,
the order
I will
book,
quickly
like
want to go over
today,
here.
Shub knows that I was
That's the new day opening gap. There's two
clearing
levels
all
there.
my
You can see the
cache
volume
memory
chart.
and the cookies from my
Let's go
browser.
back
Okay,
here
so
real
when
quick.
I logged back in, everything went back to default.
Right. So
like
yesterday
the settings.
we had
Oh, wow.
Wednesday's
the
regular
order
trading
book
hours
had
opening range gap.
selected
in this
MES.
pink area. I know it's a whole lot of
ES
stuff on my
and
chart.
NQ both had the
But
same
the
setup. So what I
minor buy
did,
side
I
looked
had
pretty
to
full
close
here.
the
Price
trade
went up
early.
there. That would be a beautiful turtle suit.
One
You know,
of
if you were
my
looking at all that.
top step account
And then once
that
it
I'm
traded in
going
here,
to
I was
request
counseling you to
payout
watch this because
tomorrow,
if this
that
was going
one
to
I
act
have locked
as
out
a
after
inversion
that
fair value
profit,
gap,
but it could have been a
it
big
would need
profit.
to
I
do
had
certain
to
things
close
as
it
I
early
outlined in
because I
this
was willing
lecture
to take
today.
it on Nasdaq
It
while
needs
I
to
took it
perform
on
a certain
ES.
function, and it
It was
didn't do
both
those
delivering,
things.
but anyway,
It
I
didn't
had to
give
close
any kind of
because of that
validation of an
order book.
inversion fair value gap.
Okay, so
So it
that
just
thing
used it
here,
back and
it's
forth,
not
and then ultimately went back to
like that thing is not
consequent
here.
correction of
So
Wednesday's regular
I
trading
hope you
hours
got
opening
what I
range
was
gap,
trying to say.
hit it,
Yeah,
then sold
yeah.
off.
I
And then right in
see.
here, I
Fair
told you
enough.
to
All right,
watch
I'll
the
have a little. I'll
1013.
have a little.
Note that.
And
Okay, and it's a suspension block.
I need to clean it up. This is
The bodies are kept below halfway point,
too much.
and then it was a
too
short
technical for me. I
targeting
need
that
to
low,
make a
that
nice
low,
white,
and I told you that we would look for
white chart. But,
24,809.
I'll probably just
And then
take the
as
execution
it
here.
consolidated in here, I told you watch the rejection block here,
Might be.
and then
Please.
here, and then ultimately it traded there. That was the end of it. Then it rode right on back up to the
And
And
high
if
Thank you
of
so
that
much.
1013
then you can do it like on trading view,
gap,
by the way. So
which is a reclaiming
Yeah,
sell side and
yeah.
bounce buy side
You know how
efficiency.
to do
And then
it,
look, they
right, on
used the
trading
consequent correction of it here,
Yeah.
here,
I
lower
frustrated.
quadrant.
But it's a 5-second delay.
Then
which
we
is
have
causing me a
Tuesday's
problem,
regular
so
trading
I
hours
might get
opening
oh,
range
the.
gap
I
levels as
purchased
well.
the data also, but it's
Factored in
not,
here.
it's not
Used the low of
solved.
it there,
It's still
sold
in
off.
the same sheet.
And then this is a level that I
It's
had
still
watched
delayed.
Delayed means
yesterday,
like not 5 seconds,
and
but at least
I
a
was
second
framing that with the
delay.
basis
I
of the
can feel.
rejection blocks. In an ideal world, it would have been better
Like
for it
even
to
with
just
the
wilt and go
data.
lower, but it came back against
So
me,
it's
and
not
that
as
was the end of the
smooth as
run. So
Project X or even
we got
Tradeovate.
down
Tradeovate
finally
is very smooth, by
into
the way. You
yesterday's
are looking at
afternoon
a 5-minute
session
candle over there.
objective, and then
But
right back up
if
into
you
that 1013
like if you
gap,
look into a 1-minute
and ultimately
structure,
rolled over and just
do you know how
started
to change
running
the
for
time frame here?
defenses.
No, I don't. I'm just looking
Using
See
at.
the
new day
5,
opening
yeah,
gap,
that one. Yeah. Click on that and then 1 minute.
new day opening gap,
Oh, and you lost your
again new day
ability
opening
to
gap,
watch a.
and the fair value gap that opened up the stream with.
No, you are
That's
in
the
the
business
1
there.
minute,
So
Mosh.
real
It's
quick,
just
30
maybe
end to a live stream that I already went over.
loading up.
I went over
No,
time. I
just
tried.
click on
I
some other
tried.
place.
I
It will
really,
go.
really tried.
That
But
limit order option will
you're
go
going to be
away.
mad at me because there is going to be any translation, and I apologize. Okay, I
That's a
apologize.
sell,
But
brother. Look.
I think if
No, Mosh. I said put it below
I
some
think if you take my
lows
videos
by
and you
limit.
put them
Never.
take the
Yeah.
link and put them in like
No,
AI
that happened earlier.
and ask them to translate it for you, or even summarize them, and it'll spit out
All right,
basically what
let me
I
play
what I
around with
said,
it.
and
I will.
many
I
times in a
will.
summarized version.
get
After
used
buy.
to it by
I know it's not the same.
decide how
I
to
apologize. Like I said, I'm trying, folks. I
I've
hear
got my
with
entry in.
no script,
So it's just
and I'm organic
brother.
about everything I say because
And
I mean it
enjoy
from the
your
heart,
Eid,
and I'm
bro.
teaching
I will
by
see
experience.
you
If I sit down
on
and I have a
Monday,
level
hopefully.
of
see you Monday.
bullet
See you Monday.
points,
Everybody take care.
okay,
Eid Mubarak.
and if I just make a list of things,
Yeah.
say here, I'm not doing the Berean
Eid
study
Take care.
Mubarak,
here where I
and
do that. I actually
Mubarak.
have notes where I'm referring to scriptures
MD,
and
how are you, brother?
making specific points about something
No,
because I don't want to be incorrect. And sometimes over there,
I'm
I
doing
made
alright, bro. It
mistakes
was
where I called
difficult time
something
past few
incorrectly,
weeks.
and then I had to go into the
I
comment
got
section and
sick.
say I made a mistake saying this. But
Basically got an autoimmune
here,
disease.
because I'm
no.
trusting that you're
So
not taking what I'm saying as
I lost a
investment
lot of weight,
advice,
you know.
and you're looking at the
like I
disclaimer that's in the
wasn't.
bottom of this
I'm
live
fasting,
stream
but
in the description
whatever
window.
food I was eating wasn't
That
getting
disclaimer
digested.
is important because it's a
So,
reminder that
you know, I had to
what
get
we're
some
talking
tests
about
done.
here is just price action.
Also
It's not
mentally, you
investment
know,
advice.
some
I'm not trying to
problems.
inspire you to risk
The thing is,
anything. But
you know, I have
if you
really
take
bad
what I've
ADHD,
taught
so
and what I
if there's something that
talk
triggers
about
me,
and comment on,
it becomes really
hopefully
difficult
you
for me to
understand that what
control, you
I'm
know.
really angling
Basically, I
towards
become
is
really hyperactive and
protecting you.
really negative
Protecting
thoughts.
you from yourself, protecting you
And
from the markets because they're
that
extremely
affected my trading, bro.
manipulated right now. Like,
You know, that's why I wasn't
find
active
somebody
over
that's
there.
in trading longer than me.
You know,
There's lots of people out there
the
that's been
first
trading
thing,
longer
I got
than
really
me.
sick, you know, so like my
Find
weight was
them and
86
ask them what
kg.
their honest
I
opinion of
lost
what the market's
15 kg.
conditions
So
are right now.
I became 72 kg because of my
Ask them. If they're
sickness.
honest, they're going to tell you this is unprecedented.
And I'm trying to recover,
The
bro.
volatility, the degree of,
Yeah, bro.
difficulty
How's
is
everything going?
astronomical.
It's Eid for you today?
And any of these young guys or gals
we
come out
fasted
and they
today. We
make
just
up
broke
their
our
little
fast.
social media
I
bullshit,
haven't had it started
and they want to come
yet.
out here and they want to parade around like it's the easiest
get
time
some
it's ever
food now.
been. Everyday trading
Okay.
bullshit, same guys that
We broke our
have
fast
no
about an hour
fucking
ago.
ability
and
to trade.
I had just
They
come
talk out
back,
their
and
ass.
then Brother Pro
They do
was
more
asking,
talking about me than
Misael,
anything else.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and get some food now.
They are
and,
selling you
just,
something.
relax
Because if
and
they are honest
clear up and
and they
back
said
from Monday,
trading's
bro.
difficult right
Back
now, no one's buying your
Inshallah,
bullshit.
inshallah.
No one's paying for their new
I
house
hope you enjoy your
with a
Eid and
mortgage.
everything.
Yeah,
Without
I
furniture in it,
sent
yeah.
a complaint
Sleeping on
to
the fucking
Blue
floor.
Guardian. They sent me.
Okay? No one's doing those types of things.
I'm happy.
But
I
I
thought I
want
lost
you
my
to
money.
think about
Initially, they
the
were
motivation
saying,
for
"Oh,
me.
it's a part of the contract. You have this, you have
The majority
that."
of the work I
said,
do
I
is
have
on
no
X
accounts.
where I'm
Which
not monetized. It's
account are
immediate.
you
It's like
taking this
you're a
money
friend
from?
or a family
At the
member
end,
and
they
I'm
said we
texting
can't
you.
do a refund.
That's how I treat it.
We'll replace the account. So I sent the proof of
So
payments.
when
They can
I'm
see
communicating
clearly
something
that
to
they
you,
took payments without
it's important to
having
me at the
accounts.
time.
So they send me.
It's something about the marketplace that I think that your attention should be focused on. Or
But,
Yeah,
I'm
I mean-
reminding you, hey, now's not the time to do that silly
bro.
shit.
Get some
You're
rest.
trading with Blue Guardian,
Or avoid
right?
this. This is trouble.
Yeah, I'm still with Blue Guardian.
Nobody in their right mind
I
trades
tried.
ahead
I
of
tried.
FOMC. Nobody
one
does.
instead,
A gambler does. You don't know what they're going to do.
But
And
yeah,
they could have easily
it's
took
difficult when
the
you
market
move,
up to take out the
when you move
CPI
to
830
stuff,
high
it's not easy.
as a two-stage delivery. You could
Yeah.
have went up there, cleared it, and then went to where we're at now. That's kind of like what I was expecting. So
Did you try deep charts?
in
like they also
transparency,
have
let's
another
just say
platform?
I got that part wrong.
Did I try?
Because that's what I was looking
Deep
for. I
charts.
wanted to see them take
Have you seen deep
CPI
charts?
during FOMC. I wanted to send it all the way up there
Yes.
and then rip it all the way back
Which one
down
is that?
and be where we are right
It's
now.
another
Today.
platform they have.
Or lower, really.
No, they
That's
gave
what I
me on
wanted to see.
TraderBaits. Okay,
But I
Ninja
called
Trader, so I have to
all those things yesterday
use the
afternoon.
TraderBait one.
Yeah, this one you
With
can at
the
least
proper
connect it to
context,
trading,
you'll
you know,
see
but
that I was on side.
trading is a bit delayed.
If they want to
5
use
seconds or
this as
something.
an invert, that's
Yeah,
an
I'm having
if-then
issues
statement.
with that, bro.
So if that
um,
means, if I
giving me
think that first
the
gap
delay.
that we were talking about, not first percent of fair value gap,
And if
causes
it's not
problem.
letting you
if they're going to
place
use
your
that as an inversion
trade
fair
on
value gap,
trade
it
of
has
which you
to
can
perform the functions that qualify and
like
validate it
talk to
as
the
an
support
inversion fair
team.
value gap. And it didn't do that yesterday.
Because
Okay.
But then when
they're,
things
they're
finally
the
got
one who
obvious,
can only fix it, you know, because
1013
even after signing the contract,
candlestick,
my order was
that
getting
suspension
rejected, you know
block.
what I mean?
It was a bearish close. I said, note that. Then I said, look where the bodies are. They're in the lower half, looking for those sell side liquidity pools and the draw on liquidity to yesterday's
All right, okay.
target.
I'll have a look.
And it went there.
Yeah, bro. I wanted to.
So
Yeah, take care,
Go.
take care, bro. I'll talk
Take
to
care,
you.
pay
brother.
for.
I wanted to talk to you guys. Yeah, Seba was
This
also there,
year,
but
how
he left
much
now.
money have you spent
Was he
Also,
left?
learning from me?
yes. Yeah, he left.
How many times did you have to
Thank you for your time.
swipe the
Mashallah,
credit
inshallah.
I'm
card
gonna leave as
to
well.
get me to
I
talk
will.
to you and
I
give you
will catch
information?
you. I will catch
None.
you.
Yalla.
And
All
you'll
right,
never
thank you.
have to do that.
Take care, brother.
You'll never have to do that.
Assalam.
I'm being constantly pitched every single day. I had 27 emails just yesterday from brokers, prop firms, lending institutions, and people in private sector that want to do a funded account type prop firm type thing with me. And it would be a 50 split. All I have to do is rep it. And I have no interest in any of that stuff. Never, ever, ever, ever. The books that I'm writing and putting out, you don't have to buy them. Everything I'm going to cover in those books is on this YouTube channel. You just have to dig through it and organize it on your own. The books are just kind of like a summary of do this, do that, do this, avoid this at these times, and that's it. You're all begging for something that you already have in your hands. All of you are begging to be part of a paid mentorship that I'm not running. I have no interest in that stuff. I have all the money I'll ever need. I will never run out of money. Okay. So I'm not motivated by the money. I'm not motivated by that. But I am motivated by someone that is encouraged and they get to see things that they otherwise would have never known or learned. Because if it is repackaged, rebranded bullshit, you'd find it somewhere else and you'd be out here doing it saying, here's what he's going to do. He's going to use this, this, this. This is where he uses that consequent encouragement or half of that wick. This is where he got that from. You don't find that anywhere. You don't have my PD arrays where I'm dividing that fair value gap in half. Go and look at Chris Lurie's bullshit. Yes, I went there. He never talked about that stuff. People who've been with him for a long time know that I have always been light years ahead of that stuff. But I made the mistake of trusting him and his character, and I gave him a nod in the industry. And that's why I don't talk about anybody else in the positive light anymore, because the true colors came out. I always said positive things until I saw people sending me emails where he's talking out both sides of his mouth. Bullshit. Come out here and call the market live. Come on, do it and execute too. Don't just say, we're going to hypothetically say we're going to enter here and we're going to do it. Fuck that. That's not trading. That's not trading. That's not it. It gets old, man. Having to answer people constantly. What do you think about this person who said that about you? Well, why don't you just hang out with me? Why don't you hang out and just see if what the fuck I talk about happens? Just do that. That's all you got to do. That's all you have to do. Just hang out a little while. Stay quiet. Reserve your judgment. Just hang out for like a month and see what it is I'm teaching, what it is I'm explaining, and what I'm calling for in the marketplace. And then you tell me, what did you just witness? What do you keep seeing? Winning, being right, being accurate, analysis concepts that work, that none of you can go back and say, this is where he got that from. That's all I'm asking for. You get $5 million US. I will come, as long as I can drive there. I'm not going to fly anywhere. I will drive there. You can live stream me handing you the bank fucking check. Okay? And I'll get on my knees and kiss your rosy ass right in front of the entire world if you can do that. But you can't do that. This is a free trade for me. No stop required. None of you can do that. But these same individuals that talk out their ass, that kind of stuff, there's so many new people coming to me all the time. And I know you guys have been around for a long time. You're like, dude, why do you even consider it? Because you're not getting inundated with thousands of emails a week, thousands and thousands of comments in every video I ever post. Is it true that you do this or do that? Are you teaching Wyckoff? Are you doing supply and demand? What's the difference between an order block and a supply and demand zone? My stuff works with rules. Those rules don't apply to supply and demand zones. I have levels. I have a function to determine real order flow. I don't need to look inside of a candlestick. I don't need to look at how many times an order was filled at a particular candlestick price.